Hello, everybody. As long as I'm at the right time, I'm pretty sure it's almost 4 EST, so we should be at the right time. So before everybody gets here, welcome everybody. We are the next stop on the Catholic Rate Train. I am going to go ahead and read the readings for today before Gigs wraps up, and then we can go ahead and be ready. So we are going to read the readings for today, June 29th, 2025, Solemnity of Saints Peter and Paul. The first reading for today is from Acts chapter 3, verse 1 through 10. Peter and John were going up to the temple area for the 3 o'clock hour of prayer, and a man crippled from birth was carried and placed at the gate of the temple called the Beautiful Gate, every day to beg for alms from the gate who entered the temple. When he saw Peter and John about to go into the temple, he asked for alms. But Peter looked intently at him, as did John, and said, "Look at us." He paid attention to them, expecting to receive something from them. Peter said, "I have neither silver nor gold, but what I do have I give you. In the name of Jesus Christ the Nazarene, rise and walk." Then Peter took him by the right hand and raised him up, and immediately his feet and ankles grew strong. He leaped up, stood, and walked around, and went into the temple with them, walking and jumping and praising God. When all the people saw the man walking and praising God, they recognized him as the one who used to sit begging at the beautiful gate of the temple, and they were filled with amazement and astonishment at what had happened to him. The psalm for today is Psalm 19. Their message goes out through all the earth. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament proclaims his handiwork. Day pours out the word today, and night to night imparts knowledge. Their message goes out through all the earth. Not a word nor a discourse, whose voice is not heard. Through all the earth their voice resounds, and to the ends of the world their message. Their message goes out through all the earth. The second reading for today is from Galatians chapter 1, verse 11 through 20. I want you to know, brothers and sisters, that the gospel preached by me is not of human origin. For I did not receive it from a human being, nor was I taught it, but it came through a revelation of Jesus Christ. You heard of my former way of life in Judaism, how I persecuted the church of God beyond measure, and tried to destroy it, and progressed in Judaism beyond many of my contemporaries among my race, since I was even more a zealot for my ancestral traditions, when God, who from my mother's womb had set me apart, and called me through his grace, was pleased to reveal his Son to me, so that I might proclaim him to the Gentiles. I did not immediately consult flesh and blood, nor did I go up to Jerusalem, to those who were apostles before me. Rather, I went into Arabia, and then returned to Damascus. And after 3 years I went up to Jerusalem, to confer with Cephas, and remained with him for 15 days. Did not see any other of the apostles, only James the brother of the Lord. As to what I am writing to you, behold, before God I am not lying. Alleluia, alleluia. Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you. Alleluia, alleluia. The gospel for today is from John chapter 21, verse 15 through 19. Jesus revealed himself to his disciples, and when they had finished breakfast, said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" Simon Peter answered him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Wait. Oh, that was for the vigil. What? That would explain why I am confused, because that was for the vigil. I feel silly. Well, we'll go ahead and finish with that one. I was like, I guess it just took me a little bit longer to realize than it should have. Jesus revealed himself to his disciples, and when they had finished breakfast, said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" Simon Peter answered him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my lambs." Then said to Simon Peter a second time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Simon Peter answered him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Feed my sheep." Pardon me, tend my sheep. He said to him the third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was distressed that he had said to him a third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep. Amen, amen, I say to you, when you were younger, you used to dress yourself and go where you wanted. But when you grow old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go." He said this, signifying by what kind of death he would glorify God. When he had said this, he said to him, "Follow me." The gospel of the Lord. Praise be to you, Lord Jesus Christ. In the name of Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, we'll go ahead and put these back on. We should be ready to go here momentarily. It looks like, if I'm seeing this, Giggs is wrapping up, finishing off his current Monster Hunter. It's like, I do want to start off. Why don't we just go ahead and get started a little bit? You can always explain. Actually, that's a good way for us to show off one of the new features for Wholesome Monster Girl Academia. So we can go ahead and start. And I'm planning for this part of the demo run, this run of the demo run, I should slow down my words a little bit. We'll be going the area route, and then we'll have tried most of them, I think, because it's like I don't think I've done Ren yet, and Sarah might be the other exception. But it's like I have been going through it slowly over time, and I've been enjoying it a lot. So, welcome to the demo. And I don't think I'm gonna do voices today. I was planning on it, but I got like a little something in the side of my neck that is really being bothersome today, and I don't know why, but it's which is a shame because I do like to go ahead and give Damien his Southern Belle accent. I think it fits him perfectly. Welcome to the demo of Wholesome Monster Girl Academia. All the written content for the demo is finished. There's always room for more scenes in the future and any missed grammar corrections. Please enjoy reading and let me know of any bugs, inconsistencies, or any constructive criticism you have. If you want to follow for updates, check us out on Twitter, Wholesome Monster Girl Academia, or follow the developer, TrueYamic. And there's, he might mention that here in a second. Let's see. There's a Discord channel here. Wholesome Monster Girl, and wishlist this game on Steam. It seems like your kind of game. This link won't close the game, but will open up your Steam client if it is installed. Let's begin. And Yamik does also have a Patreon, which I do recommend. He does give updates there. I think he just gave one recently on Arya's bandmates, actually. So that is... Am I signed into Patreon on here? I don't know. I don't think I am, and my phone's upstairs, so I'm not doing it. Most likely. Yes, that is correct. So just as of 2 days ago, we got pictures of Arya's bond. Yes, I can speak good English. Band members is what I'm trying to say. So. Final bell of my first week as a high school junior blares through the hallways. My ears are soon filled with hundreds of simultaneous conversations from students all over the school. I shove my books in my backpack and rush out of the classroom, relieved to be free for the weekend. That never really changes, even outside of that. I'll probably spend my time gaming or seeing what my friends are up to. Not that we're super close or anything meaningful, but still nice to hang around others with similar interests. Better or worse, it seems that nothing in my life ever changes. Even this year is starting to feel much the same as the last. Hold on. The only difference is that I'm 1 year older than before. Unless that's making it faster. Get the school through the double metal doors. That is... okay. While rushing through the courtyard, I hear some raised voices coming from the far end of the sidewalk away from me. Hey, hey, don't hop away from us, Cottontail. Guess I'm doing some voices. Can't quite tell from afar, but a student with the build of a linebacker appears to be harassing someone. A bunny-type monster girl. As I say, this is one of the things that I do happen to really appreciate. That you can go ahead and click on entries as you're going through. They'll go ahead and give little bits of pieces of information about the world, Catholic teaching, like, as I say, that's information about the world, but if we go ahead and pull there, Catholic/Bible teaching, which does go ahead and play into the world as well, which we'll go ahead and see further here in a second as well. Looking closer, I recognize her as one of the few monster people in our school, Sophia. There aren't a whole lot of them in the public school system. For various reasons, it's taken some time for monster people to integrate into society. A second shorter but slimmer student smoothly slides his arm around Sophia's shoulder. I instantly recognize him as Dave, the shadiest guy in school. He's well known for the not-so-savory parties he throws at his rich parents' house. It's no surprise to me that one of the football players has fallen into one of his schemes. You got any plans this weekend? Apparently Dave gets a voice too. Bill here me know a good place to hang out free from prying eyes. Sophia's eyes shift around uncomfortably. I hesitate for a moment, thinking that I should just let this pass since there are plenty of other people around. Surely, out of all these people, someone will stick up for her. Despite her shifting hands, Sophia's legs are locked and her feet are frozen in place. She looks like a rabbit caught in a trap. I survey the courtyard and notice that nobody else is even looking in their direction. Don't mean such rush. We'll show you our favorite hangout spot, even share a few drinks. And Bill apparently has a different voice now. Please leave me alone. I have a boyfriend. Oh, I'm sure he wouldn't, Matt. They're all getting new voices. For a few drinks with old friends, would he? She's clearly lying anyways. Who would actually go out with a cursed freak like her? Don't know why he got that voice. Quiet, moron. Hey, ignore him. Let's just go somewhere a little more quiet. I can do like one or two voices consistently, but if I had to swap between voices, it does make it a lot harder. And honestly, if I happen to have it so that I had like, you know, audio how a character's supposed to sound, I probably could do it as opposed to bouncing between them without anything else. Yeah, mind your own business. Can't you see we're busy making plans for the weekend? Hey, Gigs, how is everybody doing? Welcome, Raiders. We are... I should probably wait for the raid music to stop going off, and then I'll talk. Welcome, TC. Welcome, Father Trekkie. Welcome, Gigs. How is the rest of Monster Hunter going? We are currently playing through at least part of the Wholesome Monster Girl Academia demo. It is a upcoming game made by a Catholic game developer, so I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. Yeah, I've enjoyed my time with it previously because I have streamed it before, but I do like going through, seeing what's new about it, what's been updated. I think from what I was just reading that aside from graphical errors, pardon me, text errors, grammatical, that's what I'm thinking, grammatical, not graphatical, that for the most part, the demo is complete at the moment. As I say, I know that he is currently working on more and more of developing this game, and that you can see updates on Twitter, the Discord, or on his Patreon. There is a technically not even technically, there is a Patreon only demo, but you're not supposed to stream that, and I definitely want to respect Yamek. Hey Gigs, how was the rest of Monster Hunter? For this run, we're going after the vampire girl, which is why we happen to have G Fuel that looks like blood. So it's theme appropriate. It isn't very common for humans and monster people to hang out in most public schools, so there are a few exceptions. Everyone typically keeps their own groups, so it surprises me, these two, that I even know her name. How's everybody's day been today so far? How's everybody's mass been? How was mass for everybody is what I'm trying to say. It was somewhat of a send-off for one of our two priests because he is changing parishes, which is saddening. He is not, I was gonna say he was a good priest, but that's not true. He is a good priest. So that is still the same. Huh. Haven't gone yet today? Yeah. That's fair, but I'm sure you will later today. Hold on, can I knock on myself and do a collaboration with myself? That seems... Something went wrong. Please try again. Okay. For one of the suggested collabs, aside from Gigs and MapPack, it lists myself. It's like, fascinating. I can collab with myself. I wonder how that would what that would look like. Choo-choo. Hey, Bren, how are you? Hope everybody's doing well today. Hope everybody's been taking care of what they need. I have not quite done everything what I needed to do today. I'm gonna have to mow the... I'm gonna snooze for a minute. I have, for clarification, I'm gonna snooze ads for a couple minutes. Just since you guys all just got here. It's like, I don't want to run ads quite yet. So, it's like, we snooze them for 5 minutes, so we'll probably have to do it soon, but... I'll have to mow the lawn afterwards, but that's all right, isn't it? Yeah, as I say, not much else we can do about that. So, but I did the kitty litter, so that's good. I'll go to 6 p.m. mass. I usually do, but I also slept in to try to catch up on sleep from traveling. That makes sense. That makes sense. When I glance at Sophia's face, she appears relieved that she's no longer alone in the situation. Say 6 p.m. Later masses can always be good too, of course. She takes initiative and pushes Dave's arm off of her shoulder. I was gonna say there's a few. Oh. I was hoping that... Okay. Hold it. I'm not letting you go without having a little fun fest. And now we've swapped voices. Ads within ads. Oh, wait, you, Riku. Hey, Hams, how you doing? Dave starts after her again and grabs hold of her waist instead. I instinctively reach toward her, but suddenly see stars. Bill, no longer caring about Dave with Sophia, had just sucker punched me directly into my temple. I raise my arms up in defense and get ready to throw punches myself. Sophia stomps on Dave's fancy shoe and makes a break for it. I'll go get a teacher. As she says this, I prepare to defend myself against the giant in front of me. Hey Dan, how you doing?
God love you. God love you.
As she says this, I prepare to defend myself against... I said that already. How you doing, Dan? Somehow, through my imperception, I've ended up with my back against the school building, leaving me no choice but to fight back. He swings wide. Hey, Father Trekkie, how are you? Oh, you've been here. How are you doing, though, still, Father Trekkie? Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm excited about my rebrand. I'm also excited about your rebrand. I was gonna say, you're the Grumpy Ghost now, Hams? If I am remembering correctly. Are you going to change your Twitch username as well? He swings wide, giving me the opportunity to duck in and release a flurry of blows. Jab, hook, swing. 2 hits to the guy and 1 to the jaw, all of which he brushes off like it's nothing. In return, he punches me right in the eye, causing me to wince back in pain. Thinking quickly, I rush at him despite his build and try to tackle him back. Does me no good, however, since he's built like a truck, and he pushes me backward against the wall. He knees me in the gut and grabs my shirt with his hands, causing me to panic. Use the wall to leverage some extra force and kick him in the gut, causing him to bend forward in pain. What's this game? So this is a dating sim, Dan. It is currently a demo. It is called Wholesome Monster Girl Academia. It is actually wholesome, as opposed to frequently on the internet how that's meant as a joke. I've actually done an interview with the developer since discovering this game, and I discovered this game through a person on Discord who is lovely, honestly. I can't remember their name at the moment, though, which is unfortunate, because I do like to give them a shout-out, so... But yeah, it's just a dating simulator. I guess jest is a way to phrase it, but it's a dating simulator that is looking at how, if Monster Girls were real, would be incorporated into reality, as opposed to typically how they're portrayed within media, as well as applying Catholic moral teaching and theology to it, which makes it really interesting. I think he's laid out the world pretty well. There was a bunny girl earlier. We will see more monster girls and monster men. Wouldn't that be monster boys then? Because it should be monster women and monster men if it's Wholesome Monster Girl Academia. So it's like, yeah, you know. So goth, but with animal people? Sounds good. Yeah, honestly, Father Trekkie? Yeah, that's about right. Only one I heard of is that Dating Everything, because the voice actor's in it. Never heard of any other dating sims. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a lot of dating sims. A lot of them are joke dating sims these days. Like there's that pigeon dating sim. There's the Game Grumps dating sim. There's a bunch of others. I can't remember others, but those are like the 2 biggest ones where I can think of that are joke dating sims. Goodbye, Volcano High. That's a joke dating sim. Although, I don't think they meant to make that one a joke. It just became a meme, so... I'm trying to think of what other dating sims there are that's well-known. Claned. Claned is one. That's about all that I can think of that's, not going from dating sim to, more adult. So I would call that a different category after that. Fire Emblem does happen to be a little bit of a dating sim. That is actually true. I guess Persona is also a dating sim. What isn't a dating sim? However, right as I do this, we hear Sophia returning with a teacher in town. Going to lurk and spend time with the fam/big dinner. Thanks, thanks, Gigs. I appreciate that. Thanks for the raid. You enjoy time with the fam and making dinner. God bless. Thank you again. And thank you for setting everything up, by the way, Gigs. I do hope to... last thing I'll say before you head off. I do hope to catch more of your streams here soon. I just know you've been doing a lot of Final Fantasy VII, and 7's my least favorite. And instead of me just being like, coming in every time and be like, yep, this is my least favorite game, it's like, you know, I'll wait, and I'll go ahead, and I will join again for a stream when I'm not whining and complaining. Because it's like, that sounds better. Any game with a faction, reputation, system is a dating sim, that's true. Of course, I'm going to be doing mostly Monster Hunter going forward. Yes, nice, I'll watch that. Oh, I think we're on ads now, right? 1 second. Oh, you're not an agile yet. Nice. I'm wondering if since you had ads from gigs earlier, Britt, if you might not have ads for a little bit. That does have, I don't know. Twitch is really weird about it sometimes, and I think that if you watch so many ads in a day, they will not force you through ads. I could be wrong about that, though, too. You didn't have ads with gigs, then my other theory might be correct. That they stopped giving you ads. I could be wrong, though. But at the same time, YouTube doesn't do that, but YouTube is very greedy. But so is Twitch, so. So you guys should be back, honestly, in about 1:45 for those that do have ads. I also was only in gig stream for like 10 minutes before coming in here. Interesting. Yeah, that I don't know what to tell you then. Because I typically have ads for about 3 minutes every hour. That way we don't have to be running them consistently. I gotta say, this is pretty good. I mean, I knew it was pretty good. This is the Nemesis G Fuel flavor. And it's meant to look like blood because, you know, Resident Evil. I guess it could have like zombie blood, but this is just more like, you know, human blood. But it's a Nemesis Resident Evil flavor, and it's Arnold Palmer, essentially. It's iced tea lemonade. It's enjoyable. I do like it a lot. They vaulted on occasion, so this is my last top of it, which is the powder that it comes in. So I'm hoping they unvault it again soon. Next time I'll probably buy 3 tubs of it, just to make sure I have more, because I only bought 2 last time, because I didn't want to go wasting money, but let me rephrase that. Spending too much money. Because spending money that you shouldn't be spending is not advised. As I'm sure you know. Everybody here knows. Oh, I've stretched out a little bit differently. Yeah, I was gonna say, dating sims, there's a lot of reading. We will do a little bit of Castlevania 1 at the end. I'm not enough of a fan of tea like that. I can't stand iced tea. Really? I love iced tea. Texting me is disappointed. And can only really drink Japanese or Chinese green tea. Really? I love tea. But that's fair. As I said, I know tea is definitely not for everybody. Okay, I think you guys should be back now. However, right as I do this, we hear Sophia returning with a teacher in tow. Here they are, right over here. As quickly as it started, it's over. Teacher rushes over, having witnessed only my final kick. She makes an instantaneous judgment, then and there, as to who is at fault, and has us march to the principal's office. Welcome back, everybody. I figured you guys were back. It doesn't matter to them that I wasn't the one who started it. It doesn't matter to them that I was helping someone out of a potentially dangerous situation. All that matters to them is the school's no-tolerance policy. I sit in the chair with the principal looming over me, lecturing me about fighting on school grounds, especially on the first week of school. He sentences me to a week of detention and threatens expulsion if anything like this ever happens again. I shut my brain off to anything else he has to say to me. I'm not going to listen to anything from someone with the power to make things right, but chooses not to look at facts. All that matters is to me that I was justified in my actions. I don't care what any authoritative body says about it. I know in my heart that I'm right. I just wish I knew how to properly express that. Fortunately, my parents are a lot more patient than the school administrators. I'm able to explain my side of things to them. Because of situations like this that I know I have them to thank for my strong sense of justice. I can speak English, I promise. My parents, fed up with how my school handles bullying situations, decides to enroll me in a private Catholic school, 3 hours away from home. Not out of nowhere that they came to this conclusion either. Our local church was offering scholarships over the summer for people wanting to attend during the now current school year, and there are still slots available. My parents asked me if I agree with their assessment, whether this will be the best thing for me or not. They seem to regret not having put me through private school earlier, if only for the education. I don't really have any deep attachments to my current school, so I'm not all that opposed to the idea of going to a new private one. Unfortunately, I still have to finish out the rest of this month at my current school. Hey, the rest of the month? That means only one day, baby! Woo! I know, obviously. I also think it was April 5th when... right? April 5th was when this was... I don't remember. Oh, how far are you into Bravely Default? I was gonna say, I know we've been talking about that. I still can't go too much into why Bravely Default falls off a cliff for me. Hey, Sean, why am my brain not working? How you doing, Sean? That's what I'm trying to say. So I write out the rest of my detention. I'm finished the remaining month, keeping my head down and nose clean. Oh, yeah? Okay. So I was gonna say, I'm waiting to see if, you got to the thing that makes it so that I really don't like the game. Because you're very close then if you beat Adea's dad. I'm good. Gotta go. Get my book. It's your reading level. Hey! You're doggone right it's my reading level. I happen to have Phil's book right here, and it's about the same level. Thank you, Sean. For those that are curious about that one is made by Guildmaster Phil, and that is Some Are Broken. By the way, is the enemy list the only list we need for games done at the pace we want? Oh, you know, you're gonna send me off into a little segue already? Homs, I was gonna wait here until about an hour from now, but if somebody's mentioning it, we're gonna go ahead and talk about it real quickly right now. Hey, Interceptor, how are you? I appreciate that, Sean. Thank you. God bless. I shave your chest? No, I won't. This doesn't break the Twitch rules, does it? I don't think so. My wife's gotten used to it. That's also the only list I have, Interceptor. Sorry. Okay. Yes, as Homs was mentioning earlier, we have a charity stream involving IIMD Prods, who's in chat right now, as well as the Punching. It is hosted on his channel, as you can see here. It will be at twitch.tv/thepunching on July 4th and 5th. It is a charity stream where we raise money for Puppy Jake Foundation, and Puppy Jake Foundation is a charity organization that raises service dogs for veterans that have various needs, whether it be physical or mental. They do a good job. We've been working with them for the last 6 years, and we want to make sure we return back to the veterans what we can, at least as much as we can. So that's why we do the Puppy Jake Foundation, because they do get overlooked a lot, and they do need help. So we'll be doing that. We also have a karaoke stream the night before on July 3rd, I believe, is what we're currently planning for. We'll let you guys know if that does happen to change. But it will be at least the 3rd or the 2nd. Yeah. Because we do owe you guys a karaoke stream from last year, because as you can see there, if we hit our goal of 1,000, you guys will get another karaoke stream at some time, either this year or next year, before the charity stream, no matter what. So that will happen. Whenever that particular person donates, you can choose from one of these options. Me speak the English good. First, player hands off controller and does some exercise. So somebody would have to do exercise, take a drink, hydrate. As I said, we might be able to throw that one in there for free, honestly. Because I was gonna say we can make that a 2B. It's like if somebody wanted to do something more than just hydrate, I think I'd be willing to allow that. As I say, I'm doing this on do a flip. Oh gosh, no. I'm doing this on the fly without consulting with Interceptor, but considering it's water, I don't have a suspicion she'd mind that, truth be told. You know what? I'm not going to lurk. I'm going to leave you playing on my PC and chat here on my phone. But I'm going to talk trash a bit. All right, fair enough, Sean. I appreciate you. Thanks. Game explained badly, so that would be like for... I want to use Bravely Default as an example, but if I do that, I'm going to spoil it for Dan, so I'm going to not do that. Mass Effect, I guess. Broken Man gets PTSD and goes around shooting up people that were previously his friends. That works. So I can't do Pet the Cat at the moment because the cat's not here. But once the cat comes along, Punch feels like he's missing a staff meeting. Well, I mean, if it's just water, it should be fine, right? The cat isn't here at the moment. He's upstairs. My wife is currently taking a nap on the couch, so he has decided... Hi, by the way, NU-Star. How are you doing? He has decided where he would like to go ahead and laze at the moment. I'm sure he'll come down here in a little bit. I would have done the raid, but they gave me like 2 days notice. Not enough time with half a dozen kids. I get that. We'll give you more notice next time, Sean. I was going to say it was... Things came up is basically the best way to put that. So that's why there wasn't more of a heads up. 1 second. See, Sean, I muted the microphone just for you that time and for chat. Then one of the other ones is MRE/frozen food test. Limited 4 redemptions a day on that one, just because we don't need to get fat. We don't need to get fat. I'm looking forward to that one because and Holmes blew my mind last time. Did you guys know that Dolly Parton has her own frozen food? She does now, and she also has her own theme park. Why? Why does Dolly Parton have her own theme park? But anyways, that's... I'm intrigued by the Dolly Parton frozen dinner meals. So that's one that I'm definitely looking forward to. We will try to find other such meals that will be Wait, you knew about Dollywood? Dollywood? Like, I never knew... No, I never knew about Dollywood Interceptor. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just... I never... It's killing my throat. Blah. Blah. 1 second. I just didn't know she had her own theme park. That's all. It's just like, what? Well, cast iron pan makes sense if she has her own frozen meals. Hi, Cayman. How are you doing? Hi, Mom. Misdemeanor, for those unaware, is my mom's Twitch account, and I'm assuming it is my son because he's visiting them at the moment. So that would be Cayman. Hope you're doing well, bud. She also she has a mountain. Wait. Oh, hold on, Sean. Is this a mountain range like Christmas lights? Is this a... Yeah, I was gonna say this is a mountain range like Christmas lights. Mm-hmm. I caught on to your joke there a little fast there, Sean, didn't I? Hashtag Tommy up. We're good. He's good. I'm glad he's good. If you're on vacation in Gatlinburg/Pigeon Forge, Eastern Tennessee, you know, fair. I mean, I would be willing to I would be willing to go sometime, Interceptor. Another one is Spam Punch's soundboard. Play Puppy Jake video, and any $100 donation, donor's choice of next game within reason. I haven't told Interceptor Punch this yet. It's a very good area visit. I'd be down for that. She's a good woman. Her marriage is something to be modeled. I was gonna say, it sounds like everything about Dolly Parton is really swell, honestly. I have nothing bad to say about her. It's just, it is fascinating. I'm playing Wholesome Monster Girl Academia, buddy. I'm just going on. I'm talking about the charity stream real quickly, and then we will go ahead and... then we will go ahead and play some more Wholesome Monster Girl Academia. A little bit of Castlevania later as well. There is one other incentive on that list that people can choose. I have 2 awful G Fuel flavors I need to use up. I'm willing to sacrifice it once a day so you can make me drink either ramen G Fuel or waffle and onions G Fuel. That's going to be one too. That's also going to be an option, and I'm willing to give people that, but I don't need to die of too much caffeine. So that's why that one's only redeemable once a day. I also want to have 1 good G Fuel a day, so I'm also making it so that I get my choice of 1 good G Fuel flavor a day. So that's why it's once a day. As for the goals, first donation, we add a Donkey Kong Country game to the list. Unfortunately, it can't be Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's not out yet. It comes out like a week later, so that's unfortunate. I will in a second, Sean! I'll tell you what, Sean. You donate $500 to the charity stream on Thursday. I'll tell you what. You donate $100 to the charity stream on Thursday. On Friday, I'll stop talking now, and we'll keep playing. 500 was excessive. I decided to bring it down to 100. If we hit $100, that will be the Genesis Trash Hour, which basically just means bad Genesis games. You guys get to watch us suffer. No, my kids need food, not the dogs. What if both need food? But alright, I can understand that your kids do need food. That is reasonable, Sean. I can understand. What about $20, Sean? Can you do $20? I can see that Cayman is also doing the same. $200 Pokemon trading card game guessing game. That one's going to be interesting because I'll pull it out here. Give me 1 second. That sounds inappropriate. Give me 1 second. Because I do actually have an unopened pack of Pokemon cards in Korean. Punch is gonna love this. He gets to, boy, Korean Pokemon cards. I'd rather you give the dogs $20. Then if we hit $300, it's a Game Boy Advance Trash Hour, same as the Genesis. But when you say vets, it should be veterans. Okay, Sean, I'm legitimately curious. What's the difference? I'm not saying that snidely or sarcastically. What is the difference? I'm curious. I do want to know. $400 Final Fantasy trading card game guessing game. Pokemon card giveaway. One is veterans, the other's not. Really interesting. What makes vets not veterans? Out of curiosity, like, what's the distinction? Whiskey infusion during rap. You know what? So yeah, we got the charity stream. I will go ahead. As I say, I can tell people are getting impatient. But yes, I hope you guys do join us for the charity stream. It's always a good time. We're playing the game now. On a positive note, during that time, I ended up befriending Sophia during my final weeks. Yeah, I was gonna say vets means veterans. That's why. Joke is way over his head. It's for service stuff. Yeah, that's why I'm really confused by what's going on here. So this is it, I guess. I guess so. I'm glad I got to know you better before I left, at least. Who knew we'd both be in the same bands and basketball teams? Right? I never expected that humans and monster people would have so much in common. Sorry. Vets here means veterinarians. Okay. Fair enough. I can understand that difference. As I say, fair. Sorry. It's fine. I was thinking the same thing. We really aren't that much different on the inside, it seems. We only had time to get to know her and her kind more. No, or does it? I mean, vets can have multiple meanings, I guess. I'm trying to think of another word. Probably barking up the wrong tree. Womp bump 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 bump. I still feel bad you got in trouble, even after I gave my side of the story to the principal. Woof. Don't worry about it. If I hadn't spoken up afterwards, my detention would have been all day during school with Dave and Bill, rather than for an hour after school. Hey, cheer up. At least you won't have to keep attending the same school as those jerks anymore. Are you gonna be okay despite them being here? Don't worry about me. Us bunny girls are stronger than we look. I'll just stick with my friends after school. A good plan. Well, be safe, Sophia. I guess text me if you need anything. Not that I can do much 3 hours away. Gonna hop off. I have about a half hour before I gotta leave for Mass. Good to see you. It's good to see you as well, Britt. God bless. I appreciate that. Enjoy Mass. Pray for us if you wouldn't mind, Britt. Sean needs to be stopped? Does he, though? Does he need to be stopped? Take care. Yeah, you too. Somehow, I doubt we'll keep in touch, but part of me hopes that we will, despite the physical distance. Not sure how she still has Mass available. I have Mass available up until, like... Here, actually. Let me pull it up real quickly, because I think I have one until... Sean, you made me curious. Until 8 p.m. Almost positive. Let's see. 3:15, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Oh, 6 o'clock is the latest one. Okay. Interesting. Maybe the other one... So yeah, we have a 4:30, 5, 6 p.m. Maybe during the summer is... I'm going to check right now, because during the summer... Interesting. They used to have a 5 or an 8 p.m. I wonder if they got rid of that. Pardon me. Pretty sure Sean is making his obligatory British joke. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You having fun with those emotes, Cayman? Looks like it. After all, it's good to have friends. By the end of that day, the new school's paperwork is taken care of, and all my necessary things are packed up. I think I'm ready to leave the school behind. KAMax, stop talking or I'm going to hop out. I'm going still! This will be a massive change for me. Well, technically, a lot of this game is reading, Sean. So do you want me to stop reading the game, or do you want me to stop talking or not? Do you want me to be talking about the game specifically? I'll talk about the game specifically. I have never been away from home for more than a week, so it'll take some getting used to. Genesis 6, verse 1 through 4. Don't make fun of the bunny girl. And after that, men began to be multiplied upon the earth, and daughters were born to them. The sons of God, seeing the daughters of men, that they were fair, took to themselves wives of all which they chose. And God said, not sped, my spirit shall not remain in man forever, because he is flesh, and his days shall be 120 years. Now the Nephilim were upon the earth in those days. For after the sons of God went into the daughters of men, and they brought forth children. These are the mighty men of old, men of renown. Yeah, streamer, stop yapping. What do you think this is? Some kind of stream? Yeah. Hey, Yenza, how are you? So, we do also happen to have an encyclopedia for Wholesome Monster Girl Academia now, which I appreciate. And it does go ahead and... Sounds good. Enjoy dinner, Cayman. Good, thanks. Just looking sounds good, Yenza. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you. Yeah, Yenza's only yap for allowed on Twitch. Oh, Nephilim. The Nephilim are considered to be either half angel, half man, or children born of powerful and mighty men like rulers and kings. As far as what they actually are, nobody truly knows. Apocrypha, like the Book of Enoch, suggests that they are the children of angels and mankind. Biblical scholars usually understand them to be the children of rulers and kings. Whatever they are, their origins are as mysterious as most people themselves. Actually, hold on. Since Sean is here, this is a perfect time that I can possibly... Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Can I look down on Sean for not having a term in all things Catholic, a guide from A to Z? Guys, do we think that Sean has Nephilim in his book? Like, if he's gonna go ahead and give me guff, let's, oh, look! Nephilim's not in here. I guess it's not all things Catholic then, is it? Love you, Sean. Book plug! It is a really good book, though. So for those that are unaware, it does go ahead and cover a wide topic, and it does happen to work very well. I do like that book a lot. Everyone Catholic in this lobby? Most? I'm looking through chat at the moment. It looks like everybody should be. As I guess I should go ahead and give more context as well, Dan. We are, not that you're not welcome, of course, doing a Catholic raid train, so we raid from Catholic streamer to the next one, person by person, so that it's more likely that you'll see it, but obviously it's meant to be welcoming for everybody. So I would say it's probably everybody is here. Does the Catholic Church say anything specific about the Nephilim? I was under the impression that they haven't been entirely defined, still a mystery. I would say that is the best take on it, Yenza. How do you know they're Catholic when you raid? Typically, so... the way we do it, we go ahead and sign up through a Discord. We go ahead and find them through various streamers. It's basically just been building up communities over time, and people that do go ahead and have like Catholic in their, tag. It is a prearranged schedule, but it's been done by going ahead and finding other people and then watching, talking to them, communicating to them. It's basically been building a community, and then we just go ahead and raid into each other. So yeah, that is the best way to put it. If we just raid into a rando, it would be very hard for them to be like, all right, we raided you. Now you need to go raid somebody else. That would be kind of funny to do, though. Hey, go raid somebody else when you're done here in 3 hours. I kind of want to try it now. Not that we're going to today. I know Abandon's next, so... we're not going to abandon. These few lines of early scripture have been the cause of much controversy for the last century or so. Oh, in the late 1950s and early 1960s, mankind shot the first satellites into space. It didn't take very long for those satellites to be used for practical purposes, such as weather tracking and observation. Rated Catholic, pass it on. I kind of am curious if that would work now. During one particular observation effort, scientists discovered some small towns and cities hidden in areas previously unexplored in regions of the 6 major continents, populated by humanity. Various world government powers took it upon themselves to send people out to chart these unknown peoples and to find out how they had hidden themselves from the world up and into the modern era. What they discovered baffled and scared most of humanity. Monster people, whose descriptions were always thought to be mere fantasy, harpies, dragonkin, slimes, succubi, even vampires, were found among various other monster races. And then there's multiple entries for them. So harpies, the first entry is, harpies are winged monsters, people who are capable of flight. They have scaly limbs, and their hands and feet have sharp talons. Legends say that they are used to pick up travelers on the road before flying off, kidnapping them for supper or other nefarious purposes. Rumors have a way of being dispelled by factual evidence, however, as modern-day harpies are not strong enough to fly while carrying the weight of another person. But are the... The last Christian raid train continued for another day and a half beyond the plan from just Christians raiding to other Christians. Did it really, actually? That's really cool, Father. I did not realize that. I'm sad that I missed that part about it. So I am curious for later on if we might get a Toy Story reference, how it's maybe a harpy could be falling in style, just like Buzz Lightyear, you know? Because, never mind. The joke makes sense, but I'm not phrasing it good. Dragonkin are a strong, proud race of monster people who pride themselves on their strength. It's said that as dragons were dying off during the Middle Ages, some of them took the form of man to find mates, resulting in dragonkin. Though this is commonly accepted as myth, even so, some dragonkin pass the story down to their children through bedtime stories. Slimes are a strange and unique race of monster people. While their bodies appear amorphous, they seem to prefer taking a humanoid shape. Their origins are a complete mystery, and their forms baffle even the most elite of scientists. There are rumors that they may have come from secret government laboratories in Area 51, but those appear to be baseless rumors. Succubus and incubus people are a red-skinned race of monster people who get their name from the myths and legends surrounding creatures or demons, with an appearance similar to theirs. Succubi are decidedly not related to demons, however, since demons, as angels, are completely spirit in nature, whereas succubi have both a physical and spiritual nature, like regular humans. Vampires are an evil monster person race that feed on human blood to survive. Half-vampires, also known as daywalkers, are a different story, however. I do not fall asleep playing this because it's a game that I am intrigued about the story and it's a game that I'm intrigued about the story and the world building for this one, Sean. Especially since this one is made by a Catholic game developer. I mean, this is like mandatory training at work. I don't know if this is common, actually, Dan, because as I say, Catholics are Christians. It's just that it's more within... Catholics are from the original church that Jesus made, whereas Martin Luther, and, the Orthodox, but more so with Martin Luther, during the 1500s, he split off and then made different sects. Then from there, different sects of Christianity formed. I'm not sure if there is raid trains for Muslims or Hindus or why am I pagans? I'm not sure about that, actually. I'd assume there is, but the only ones I'm aware of are arranged by the same group of people. Yeah, that's the same as me, so it's like, I don't know, and I don't go looking, admittedly, either, so... I mean, to be fair, also, Sean, to be fair, this is just like watching you play, Rocket League. Because Protestant denominations, or the Orthodox, that's a little bit of a different thing, don't always go ahead and convert into Catholicism. Well, Catholicism is the church that Jesus Christ established due to everything with Protestantism. There is some deep-held beliefs about why Catholics aren't always Christians, or... Sorry, I saw Sean's mean. Rocket League actually has things moving on screen. Hey, hey, hey. While we're getting a lot of text at the moment, there has been movement on screen. All right, fine. You guys go ahead and explain to Dan the difference between Protestantism and Catholicism then, all right? Sean, you're a convert. Get on it. I'll go ahead and keep playing the game. Average citizens were terrified. The governments called for quarantine of these newly discovered races. Many religions called them cursed and demon spawn. Some countries called for their extermination. Many monster people tried to fight back, but ultimately they were overwhelmed by the sheer number of regular humans. Wasn't Jesus Jewish, though? It is, that is true. I was gonna say, I would have to go ahead and have, just to keep Sean entertained. Sean, can you go ahead and explain that, please? And Sean likes Rocket League. However, he is convinced that whenever he plays Rocket League, everybody leaves. I don't know if that's true or not. So, the Vatican is an independent country. And honestly, Sean, as I say, just making sure that all the terminology is correct, that might be something that happens to be interesting to you. The Vatican is an independent country and city-state within Rome, Italy, and is the central location where the Pope resides to run his office as the head of the Catholic Church. When people say Vatican, they're either referring to the place or the Catholic Church as a whole, often used interchangeably with the Holy See. The Holy See is the jurisdiction of the Pope in his role as the Bishop of Rome, who has ecclesiastical jurisdiction over the worldwide Catholic Church and sovereignty over Vatican City. I could go ahead and explain. It's 100% true. It's like I could go ahead and explain it, Dan, but it's like since I have hecklers in the chat, I got the Muppet hecklers now. It's like, all right, fine, I'll go ahead and play the game. That's why it's like, Sean, if you could please explain it. They reasoned that Christ Church is called to bring the message of salvation to all mankind. That if these monster people are sapient, they are still to be considered persons first and foremost. Still, people being who they are, most rejected this message, and monster people were subject to oppression by many of the societies who discovered them. If he doesn't answer your question in about 10 minutes here, Dan, I will go ahead and answer it. But actually, this might be right what we need right here, or at least a little bit. Inspired by the civil rights movement also happening at that time in America, many ordinary people joined the efforts of the
burning you feel? It is shame.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. I forgot that I had that enabled. I got scared a little bit, not gonna lie. Many ordinary people joined the efforts of the Catholic and Christian churches in their efforts to humanize these extraordinary people. The Catholic Church claims to be the oldest branch of Christianity, stating that its origin lies with Jesus' founding of it upon St. Peter. The Church focuses on salvation through the 7 sacraments which Jesus instituted throughout the Bible. They also believe in an unbroken succession of leaders from St. Peter, the first pope, up to the current pope. Christianity encompasses a wide range of individual denominations with the common belief in Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior of all mankind. Major Christian traditions include Roman Catholics, Eastern Orthodox, Protestants, and other non-Catholic Christians. While there are several differences in interpretation between denominations, they are still united by various beliefs surrounding the teachings of Jesus and the need for salvation through Jesus. Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, you ready for the whole let's baptize a non-human discussion, Sean? Woo! Yeah, it's okay. I'm not religious, but I do enjoy seeing different people's views. I deep convos with people at work, Muslims, Jewish, Catholics, even someone who doesn't believe in space and dinosaurs. Do enjoy different views and why people believe it right or wrong. Yeah, I can understand that. I was gonna say, within reason. Sometimes wrong. It's like that's It is still interesting to talk with people, though. I don't disagree with that. The Catholic Church, I was gonna say, Sean's not doing what I'm asking him to, which makes me sad. The Catholic Church was instrumental in spearheading. I'll tell you what, Sean, someone get Jimmy Aiken here. We could do that, Homs. Sean, are you available for Mario Kart? Let me get a little bit longer and further in Wholesome Monster Girl Academia, and then we can go ahead and do some Mario Kart, and you can jump on the microphone. The Catholic Church was instrumental in I was gonna say, I bet you I can get Sean that way. The Catholic Church was instrumental in spearheading this movement too. Father, you available for Mario Kart as well? Having continued against the grain of culture, even going so far as illegally marrying people of different races against the laws of the time. Today, more and more people than ever have come to accept monster people as just another race of people. But there are still those who hold such prejudice as to call them cursed or demon spawn. The passages from Genesis may or may not describe the true origins of these people, and it may be true that they may have come from a lineage cursed by God with sinful actions of mankind. Can't play right now, watch the it's fair, understandable. but children do not deserve to bear the burden of their parents' sins. That's why it's called a hypothetical, Sean, so you can go ahead and think about if that was real. That's why you go ahead and think about it. It's not meant to go ahead and be gospel, but it's like you go ahead and contemplate it. That way, if something ever does happen, you can start to have a thought forming. That's why, and then you can show how you led to your conclusion. It's kind of like in science, where it's like you get something to react, then you have to go ahead and show how it reacts that way. Because it's not always easy to prove the same thing multiple times in science, as we have seen multiple times with science. After an early mass in my hometown, we arrived a day before my first official school day to unpack my bags and find my bearings. In layman's terms, Mass is what Catholics call going to church. Mass is the central liturgical service of worship for Catholics where they celebrate the life and death of Jesus primarily through the holy sacrifice of the Eucharist, in which a priest takes ordinary bread and wine and turns them into the body and blood of Jesus. I'll tell you what. I'm willing to take a little break from Wholesome Monster Girl Academia in a minute just for you, Sean, and do some Castlevania 1. As much as I do want to keep playing more of this, and I will play more of this, but I'm willing to do a small break here in a second. School is 3 hours away from home, so when we arrive, it's a few hours past lunchtime. We grab a quick bite to eat in town before my parents drop me off at the front gate. My parents and I embrace in a heartfelt goodbye, complete with embarrassing hugs and kisses at the front gate. I remain behind while they depart for the dorms to drop off my bag so I can start becoming acquainted with the campus. Maybe I'm just feeling optimistic, but it seems to me like the front gate has its arms stretched open wide in welcome. I hope that this gesture is a good sign that I'm in the right place. Pondering for a moment, I think about what life is going to be like once I walk through those arms. Academics aside, I wonder how different a private Catholic school will be compared to my old public one. There he is. Hold on. Now we can redeem Pet the cat. No, stay. Go back to your bed. I know you move more if you don't go to your bed. Sean, is it okay if I pet the cat? Can I pet my dang cat while he's here? And then I'll go ahead and keep playing. I imagine there will be some religious elements involved that weren't present before, so I'm a little worried about how all that will all play out. I guess there's only one way to find out. I just have to move forward and hope for the best. I'm sure it'll be fine. A little bit of extra Jesus never hurt anyone. As I catch myself thinking that, I hope that I'm not being too irreverent in my thinking. I sometimes wonder how the God of all creation sees how we think of him. Surely he must have some kind of sense of humor. Otherwise, why would he have humored us with his presence? Anyway, I guess it's time to discover what God has in store for me on the other side of this gate. As I take my first step forward, I say a quick prayer that everything will go well for me. The word prayer comes from the Latin word precari, which means to ask. Prayer is a means of communication. I can't read. Communicating with God, or the saints in heaven. Although many non-Catholic Christians do not use prayer for the latter purpose. The 5 ways to pray include blessing, petition or asking, intercession, asking on behalf of another, thanksgiving and praise. I begin my trek through campus to familiarize myself with the school grounds. A few dozen students are roaming from one place to another, enjoying their last day off before the weekend finishes. I start to feel a bit isolated since I'm coming from a different school halfway through my high school career, a month into my junior year at that. I hope that I don't have any trouble making new connections. Still, this place doesn't look half bad. Comfy even. I think I could get used to it. I wander aimlessly for a few minutes, clueless as to where I am headed, when I notice a large beast-looking man walking my direction. Two giant ox horns adorn his head. I don't mean to stare, but it really is imposing at first glance. Besides this, I notice that he is dressed in priestly garb. Oh, okay, he must be the chaplain, Father John. Father John is an ox person who has a friendly disposition, despite his imposing height and build. He was named after St. John the Baptist, but took on the saint name of St. John de Sales, the patron saint of educators. After a strong spiritual calling to teach at a young age. While in school to become a teacher, he answered a different call to the priesthood and became chaplain of St. Thomas High School. While he approaches me, I wonder myself I should ask him for directions. Surely he'd be the one to ask for guidance around here. And almost as if he can read my mind, he asks me before I even have a chance. I'm really stumbling over my words today. Hey there, friend. You look like a lost sheep. Can I help you find your way? Why is my throat just killing me today? Pardon me. Yes, Father. I am transferring here as a junior. I just arrived today. I was looking to find my bearings. But fortunately for you, my job to help the lost find their way. Oh, that actually helps. By the way, I'm Father John, the chaplain here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Ah, you guys get it? You guys get it? St. Thomas Aquinas High School is the private Catholic school Gabriel transfers to early on in the story. Named after St. Thomas Aquinas, who is an important contributor to Catholic, Christian, and Western philosophy on a massive scale. The school's mascot is the ox, because when St. Thomas was younger, his peers would call him Dumb Ox, on account of his large build and slow speech. The best characters under the game? Well, hold on, Homs. I love Father John, but where's Damien? I don't know. Damien gives him a really good run for his money. Can we admit that? Yes, sir. I kind of guessed from the descriptions I've heard of you. No offense. Haha, none taken. I know I'm kind of hard to miss. Anyway, it's nice to meet you. My name is Gabriel, but most people just call me Gabe. Gabriel is the main character of this visual novel. Typically goes by Gabe. He is what is referred to as a lukewarm Catholic, which means he isn't very proactive in his spiritual obligations. Hopefully that will change in the future. His namesake, Gabriel, was the archangel who announced to the Virgin Mary that she would bear a child, Jesus, who would take the throne of David, and his kingdom would never end. Are you sure it's just his professors? Hold on, let's... 1 second. 1 second. I want to see what it said specifically. So I'm looking. You sure it was, just his teachers and not his peers as well? I wanted to see what it said specifically. Messenger of God in need of guidance then. How ironic. Well, I think you're in luck, because a reliable servant of the Lord has appeared to us. Father John gestures behind me to a monster boy, who at first glance seems tired and unkempt. I knew St. Thomas, I was there. Ah! I knew St. Thomas Aquinas. I was born with him, molded by him. I grew up in the pit he was in. Oh, Batman! It's me, Bane, and St. Thomas Aquinas. We're here both to go ahead and break your back in and remold you into proper Catholic theology. Yes. I'm off anyway. Enjoy your day/night, people. Bye, Dan. God bless. You have a good night. Yeah, it is nighttime your time. I had to think about that for a second. He had no peers. He was above everyone in intellect and holiness, yes, but that doesn't mean that the other people at his school were not considered his peers, Sean. I was gonna say, Sean, I know that obviously we differ, but would you go... Ooh. I was gonna say, would you consider me your peer? But what might be a better question... no. Father gets a little bit of a... I was about to ask. Follow me, Dan. Wow. To be fair, Dan probably would actually enjoy your streams. So Dan, before you do go, if you're still here, you probably would enjoy Sean's streams, and he does play with Joyful. He plays with Mark fairly frequently. I do not play with Mark as frequently as I'd like. I'd like to change that though, because Mark's the sweetheart. Mark is the sweetheart. I love Mark. But yeah, I was gonna say Mark and Sean play frequently together, and that's what I was trying to say. I don't think you're in Mark's Discord though, are you, Sean? You can see you're my superior in chess here. Every last inch of me's covered in hair. Plus, Sean does like to play Rocket League a lot. How many hours do you have in that again, Sean? Hold on. Guys, Sean, you're distracting me again. This was the goal the entire time. I'm going to stop here in a second. I'm going to just view his profile. See how many... He has 1,200 hours. 300,000K. Oh, there you go. Anniversary at the moment. I remember I got day one. Nice. Alright, I'm going to actually play the game. We're going to play here for like another 10 minutes. And then I will do some Castlevania 1. That way Sean can be content with moving pixels on screen. This is Damien. He's in your grade and a student council member to boot. After we do a run-through of... Thanks. Wow! 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 Love you, Sean. Damien is a chill daywalker who attends St. Thomas Aquinas High School with Gabe. He is a member of the student council and seems to be trusted by everyone around him, including Father John. He always appears to be sleepy and groggy during the day. Alright, you know what, Sean? I'm gonna do one run real quick of Castlevania, and then we will be coming back to do more Wholesome Monster Girl Academia. But it's like, you know what? Fine. 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 Give me 1 second. I'm gonna set it up. Because the reason I'm doing Castlevania anyways is I was planning to go with the Arya route. He's the vampire. So it makes sense that I'm going ahead and doing Castlevania. So we'll be right back with that here in a second. Okay, that's good. Let me change. I mean, it'll come back, Sean, but I'm willing to take a small break. Pardon me. Where is the cat? Nope, that's not the right one. Hold on. So many games. There it is. What happened? What happened? Hey, thanks for the bit, Sean. I appreciate it. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to change it to Castlevania. And then we will return back to Wholesome Monster Girl Academia, because I do like it quite a bit. But, alright, fine. Just so as to go ahead... What a terrible night to have a curse, right? Alright, hold on a second. So I do specifically want the Japanese version of Castlevania 1, because there is a glitch with the American version that they did actually patch in the American version eventually. So there was like a second release. The Japanese version is the second release, whereas the American version is the first release, whereas there's still that glitch. So in order to go ahead and try to avoid that glitch entirely, we are doing the Japanese version, because when they did the collection... yeah, speedrun first try? I mean, it's been a while since I speedran it, but yeah, the intent is for me to go ahead and go fast. I'm not going to say speedrun, but fast run. And also show off tricks while I can. I didn't get it up there, but there, as you guys saw, there was a little bit of gold there that you probably are most people are probably unaware of. But you have to make that jump twice, and it is a little specific due to the fact that next entry point is there. So just how it be. No, what? There we go. As I say, I think that panther's gonna die. Fortunately, I don't have where everything spawns memorized anymore, so I do have to be careful, at least a little bit, because in order to upgrade your weapon, you do have to go ahead and hit with your sub-weapon. In order to upgrade your sub-weapon, you have to hit a certain amount of times. Now we can toss 2 of those. Just do Yoda. What? So this is a thing I need to practice. So I'm not good at this speed run skip. That's something for me to practice off stream, though. Not gonna do it right now. Die, bat! I probably should not be tossing there, because if the power-up goes in the water, I ain't getting it, so... There we go. Now we can toss 3 holy waters. And holy water, basically... What a turd! I am working on beating it. Hold on. I have to, absurd. Hey, listen. This is a family-friendly stream. Whoa, wait. Whoa. Chicken. Are we making a Minecraft reference here? Is that what's going on? Lava. My son asked if, nope, definitely don't want that, that's for sure. He could watch the Minecraft movie. He got an, resounding...
Does not eat nachos!
That's true, he doesn't. Ooh. Come on down to my campfire, bud. It's been a while since I fought this guy. It's been a while. Hey, how'd that not hit you? Oh well. It's been a bit. But that was not smooth. Idiot bat needs to, yeah, I was gonna say, die monster, you don't belong in this world. I was gonna say, it was, that was rough. That was entirely on me. I can't deny it. It's been probably 2 years since I last speedran this, so it's like, okay. It's time for me to get back into the swing of things. Well, that's unfortunate, but alright. I forgot that was there, and I could absolutely cheat, but I'm not going to. Because since I'm using the Anniversary Collection, I could just rewind time, but I'm not going to. You belong in a Catholic high school. Yeah, baby. We'll be going back to that soon, too. So he'll get exactly what he deserves. Pardon me. I'm pretty sure there's... Oh, I guess I'm wrong. Alright. Well, I do like the cross. It is not the most broken weapon in the game, and that's why you want the holy water, because it is the most broken weapon in the game. And we'll get it back here on this stage. I just made a mistake. What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you. Really? Okay. It's been a while. Definitely don't want that. Unlike with ghosts and goblins, you do not, in fact, want the knife. I guess I've forgotten this one. Alright. There should be another, secret here. But maybe I've forgotten how to activate it. So, moving on. Alright, now this one I should be able to do. Which this one should save some time. Alright, we're good. That is the speedrun tactic, where you go ahead and, just get hit by the Medusa, skip that part of the level. Doesn't save you that much time, but it does save time, so. Oh, that's where the wall checking is. Okay. Wall. Chicken. There's the holy water. Yeah, you can tell it's been a while, because I did not remember how that bat functioned. But that's why it's not a speedrun this time, it's just a practice run. Good. I forgot that could happen too, so. I'm just making mistakes left and right here. But you know, that does happen. Pardon me. KAMax can remember the straight effects, but can't remember big details in a game he loves. I do love this game. Throws FPI drive. Behold a man. I can remember various things at various times. I never claim to be perfect. I am not the everlasting man. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's probably gonna kill us. Which actually, honestly, truly, kind of prefer that. A little surprised that didn't kill me, but I'm not upset by it. Now, since you guys, I'm just gonna equip you good. Nothing spawned this time. Okay. I'm making mistakes left and right here. I'm good at game. Very best. Boo! I didn't say it was a deathless run. As is, I know I'm gonna have issues with Drac himself. The Drac is back. Oh, that hit me. Okay, that's all I need for the time being. Get more later. Huh? You talking to the cat or to me? Alright. Wife woke up from her nap. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. This might be the best song in the game. I don't know. Castlevania has some slamming music. The midgets can go away, though. Yeah, I knew you were jumping. No bones about it! Cheesy. Dangerously cheesy. But yeah, I mean, holy water stun locks most things in this game. That's why holy water you want. The main thing it doesn't stun is Dracula's first form. Oh, stop that. I might be very, delayed now that I think about it, due to the fact that I'm listening to the audio through my TV, so I'm probably doing the music like a couple seconds after, so I should probably stop singing along, just so I don't go ahead and have people be like, why though? Why? Why though, Papa? Papa, why? Climb, climb, climb. Climb, climb, climb. There's one around here somewhere. There it is. So I knew it was around here somewhere. Now, the next level is probably one of the hardest. Next level and the level after this one, for sure. And it's more so just the next level if you die. The boss is a pain. I knew you were there. No bones about it, bud. That was my fault. I can't deny it. Nope, not yet. If you thought the last boss was cheese-tastic, let me introduce you to the mummy. Die, cruel monster! You don't belong in this world! Agile, it's a big one? Okay, I will wait. I'll pause. Idiot Medusa needs to die. Oh, Medusa did die. We took care of it. Took care of it just fine. Alright. Yeah, I was gonna say, if this was a speedrun, I wouldn't be able to pause, but this isn't a speedrun. This is just a... I don't know, do you want to call it like a show-off? I mean, you could call it a show-off. Yeah. As I say, instead of, you know... 1 minute of ads... Yeah, instead of 1 minute of ads every 20 minutes, I just do all 3 minutes of ads all at once just to get them out of the way. I don't know which one people prefer more, honestly. Because this makes it so that you have the uninterrupted hour instead of, you know, watching. So it's less likely that you'll miss a critical moment by having one 3-minute set of ads just to get out of the way. So it's like, I don't know which people prefer more, honestly. It's like, I like it this way, but I'm not sure which one people prefer more. Alright, I assume you guys are back? You guys should be back. There was the heart. I walked too far off that ledge. There wasn't much I could do. That was awful merman placement. Like, that was awful. Guess I could have swung. But the merman's a pain in my rear. Yep, for that, yeah. As I said, this level isn't too bad. There's just some small things here and there where it's like merman placement, where it can go ahead. Did you make the ad appear? No, ad happens to go ahead and just automatically go every hour. I could have made it pop earlier. That part is true, but... I did not make the ad appear. Bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. I need that. That was bad bat timing. And there is a glitch for here. I have not gotten it quite yet, but how you see the merman in the ceiling, that is something that you can do as well, actually. And it's... I don't know how hard it is to pull off. I haven't managed it yet, but it is a speedrun tactic. It's one that I do need to practice on this level, and it's something I do plan to practice on this level at some point, just not yet. Just not now. Honestly, I want to toss them, but it's... For these guys, it is faster. Yep, let's go. And that's why you gotta be careful, because they can drop those. And you do not want those. Okay, just run, I think. Not yet. Now just run. Okay, now just run. Because, yep, should be no more. This guy spawns, you can just run right past them. Do they appear when I stream? Nobody's ever said anything. I'm, subscribed, Sean, so... I can't answer that for you. But most of the time, yes. Oh man. I knew it was one more, too. I knew it. I was gonna say, it's like, I know that I got a bunch of hits on that dude. Look at this dude! Okay, cool. That will help, actually. Because this boss can be a pain in the rear, but might be fine this time, we'll see. Okay, he was fine this time. That he could be a problem, not that he would be. But if the Flea Man on top, if Frankenstein on top of Frankenstein's monsters start bouncing around, that can be problematic. Alright, this is probably what's considered the hardest level in the game, honestly. Just because of one specific room. For those that have played Castlevania, you know the one specific room I'm talking about. Probably. I'm gonna have to eat it. I was saying, he's gonna be there still. I was gonna say, I know that glitch game. I know, I am aware. I am aware. Get over here! There we go. I want to say there is actually something I want down there. Maybe not. Okay. I might be getting my blocks wrong. My roadblocks wrong. Alright. I don't remember where this one is. I know there's something here. I better keep moving, though. I'm gonna run out of time. I'm gonna try one more thing, though. By one more thing, I mean 2 more things. That might be what I need to do, actually. Hold on. I know there's something here. Alright, yep, there it is. I was saying, that's one that I do actually want, because it is a 1-up, so... I don't think I'll need it, but I'd rather have it and not need it than, need it. I think that's the only, spare 1-up in the game that you can get without just getting points, if I remember correctly. As I say, I think there's a wall chicken here, and there is. It's like, I was just having to remember where. It's been a while, as you can tell, because, like, I have these vague memories of where everything is, but I'm like, oh, I don't remember. As I say, this, section can be annoying. for sure. You can get off screen. Goodbye. Unfortunately, this guy, we can't just tell him to get off screen. We can do that, though. Galloway Axe. I do want that, but I did not want the axe. We want to keep the holy water. And the red skeletons do respawn. That glitch I was mentioning earlier when we started this run involves the next room, actually. So... it involves those red skeletons. In the non-updated versions, if there's too many skeletons, it crashes the game. I think that actually is still a possibility in this version. I just don't think it's nearly as high. Gotcha. And those enemies can be quite problematic. And I know there's another one, I'm just trying to remember where the next one is. I think, I might be misremembering where it is. I think it's top of the stairs? Bottom of the stairs? Okay, we got him. So next room is the glitchiest in the game, as far as I'm aware. The room after that is the room that is the hardest in the game. So it's kind of interesting when you're most of the way through the game. Zombies, that zombie needs a vitamin? Yeah. You think Britt forgot to pray for us? I don't think so. Why? I can't imagine that she would. It's a good community. Britt's a good girl. That comes off weird, but you know what I mean. So this part right here specifically is the section where it can glitch in the unpatched version. Okay, I'm gonna have to, as I said, I think it can still happen. I just don't think it's nearly as likely. And if I remember correctly... yeah. Gotta get that wall chicken before we go to the hardest... Alright, glitchiest room done. Hardest room in the game now. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh shoot, I forgot where he spawns. That might ruin it. Yeah, I forgot where he spawned. That I thought he was in the middle. That was entirely my fault. It's been a while. It's been a while. Like, I can't deny that was my fault. That was entirely my fault. If I had been in the right spot, he wouldn't have been an issue. That makes this much harder now. Idiot Reaper next. Yeah, and I need to remember where he spawns. Yeah, like, without the holy water, this room is miserable, as you guys are probably telling. Like, honestly, I think instead of just going through, because I know the holy water doesn't have a 100% chance to spawn. I'd rather just go ahead and die. And that's the thing with the speedrun. When you get used to doing things a specific way, you don't really learn how to adapt as much when things go out of your way. And as I said, I know that the holy water is the most powerful item in the game, but I forgot where Dracula spawned, which is entirely my fault. Now, there should be a holy water up here in a second. I think it's in the room above, which is fine. Never mind, it's right there. Okay, I don't know how that... Really? Really? Well, alright. That'll make things a little harder, but not unmanageable or anything. Now that, however, does make it very hard. I'm throwing off my... I threw off my groove! Suicidal Simon? Mr. Catechism? I mean... Is it suicide, or is he just, listen. Well, you're correct, he doesn't need to check the catechism. He just likes MASH a little bit too much. So he listened to the, MASH theme song and took it to heart. Hey, Ink, thanks for the raid. How are you guys doing? How was Monster Hunter? How are you all doing? Good! Okay. So, I'm either going to die here or I'm not. There's basically no two ways about it. I made a big boo-boo earlier. I should be fine now. I made a very big boo-boo earlier. So I lost my holy water. I have it back now. But I basically just went ahead and restarted this level because... Nope. Nuh-uh. No game. Thank you. But basically I made a very big boo-boo earlier. It should be fine now. You know, these types of things happen. Probably some people talk other than me. See, alright, bye, Sean, thanks, love you too. I'm either going to die here or I'm not. There's no two ways about it. Yeah, basically. Basically, it's like, yep. How you doing, Crimsonite? How's everybody doing? Hold on, I need to pause the game again. Because somebody here wants attention, and I need to give a shout out to Inkisher. Also, how you doing, Tox? Somebody wanted attention. Because I think you got in trouble with Mama, didn't you? I heard yelling upstairs. What was that about? So you wanted to come here and get my attention. Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on? Did I read the room correctly? Do you not like my reading the room correctly? Vinny Bean, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Back down you go. I would like to get this game done with at some point. Excuse me. Is it going to work? Oh, banana! Playing Final Fantasy X, I just love how evasive Lulu... I love Lulu. Lulu is a very good character who I think gets slept on a little too much. Hey, another raid! Thanks for the raid, Mattback. How you doing? So just as we got back to the game. How's everybody doing? Thank you for the raid. Let's see if it works this time. I know. I'm just wondering if this is broken. Nope, there it goes.
Guys.
Stop talking to the thing. I want to hit the board.
Guys.
What?
I'm being chased by multiple things right now.
Help. Hey, where are you?
Not anywhere near you.
I died! Aw, that sucks.
You
I forgot
died?
to eat food. I
Bren!
forgot to eat food.
We told you to eat food.
I know.
What's a food?
What did you?
Oh, I have to
did you
become
die to a
alive again.
boar?
Yes.
How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Catholic Raid Train. Give me 1 second. Nope. Bad game. Oh, surprised that didn't hit me, but I'm not... Cat, you really need this much attention? Go upstairs to your female pet owner. We don't call ourselves pet parents, because that's gross. But that was a great clip. Okay, now we need to see where he throws it. Okay. I missed the jump. Nope, get out of here. Not allowed. Now that axe, go away. Okay. I think we're in a much better situation now than we were. How was the stream? How are you guys? How is everybody? He might have gone off screen and not to come back. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll be returning to Wholesome Monster Girl Academia in a second. Sean just wanted a little more action as opposed to... Okay, good. A lot of reading, which, you know, alright, fine, fair enough. Although, you'd think he'd encourage people reading, because then people would read more of his book. Not that I'm saying people shouldn't read his book, mind you. I'm just saying, more people encouraged to read, more people buy books. Big brain math. Because Sean does have very good books. That's why I like buying them. Thank you for the lurk, Ink. Thank you for the lurk, Mappack. I appreciate that. I specifically did not press up there, but fine, whatever. Okay, good. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if we were going to get through him in time. We did, which is good. Alright, now then, as long as we can do this smoothly, I hope we can. Not the smoothest, but that could have been worse. Alright, there you go, Sean. He's dead. Now, I have done this boss without the holy water before, but it's been many, many years. Like, the first time I played through this game, I was convinced the cross was the best item. It's still a fantastic item. It's just not as good as the holy water, sheerly due to losing out on the stun lock. The stun lock aspect of the holy water is completely broken, as we've seen. And I love it. Don't want that. Just gonna hit you once, just so as to lock you there. Ooh, that was not what I was expecting to do, but alright, fine. Why? Why did you... whatever. Really? Oh, well, okay, fine. Go away. Maybe I should have saved that one. Come on. There we go. Now, watch, I do actually want for this upcoming section, because it does give him the axe. No, the axe is bad! Well, the axe is acceptable, but it's not the holy water. Oop, alright, good. Well, I made a mistake. Might be doable still. This is... without the watch, this is much more dangerous, as I'm sure everybody can imagine. However, done. Even if we die here, I'll show you. Even if we die here, we respawn here. This is the last boss. Now all that's left to do is grind a little bit. As you'll see, this is not the holy water. I do want the holy water. Just not quite yet. Oh, also, you know what's a cool fact? If you look there, if I remember correctly, that's just the Castlevania map screen of the entire game. That's neat. If I remember correctly. I could be misremembering. I misremember facts very much, yes. But obviously that's meant to look like a cloud against the moon. But, you know. And for this boss, I like to go ahead and get him to about half health, and the cross is good, but you do want the holy water, honestly. It's yeah. I have a problem with this boss, meaning me personally. Not that the boss is poorly designed. I just have issues running it. It is probably the hardest part of Castlevania 1 for me. Even though I love this game, I am not the best at it, but I do still enjoy it. Castlevania 1 is definitely like... I need to play 2 and 3 still, honestly. I know 2 is the black sheep of the bunch, and I will here play it soon. I just haven't yet. Now, I do want lots of hearts, so I definitely want more than that. I think what we should do here is wait until we hit right around 300 in terms of time. That should be plenty in terms of time. That way we can get some more hearts, because hearts are ammunition. You want to make sure you don't run out on the boss. So. Because wouldn't that be embarrassing to run out on the boss? So we can probably get 2 more heart runs, maybe 3. Maybe more than I thought. But I do like going in with 80, if not more. Honestly, the second form is easier mostly. There is some exceptions to that, if you're told. But for the most part, it's the first form that I have more difficulty with. Castlevania 2 sounds like one of those games where its fans only like it because they've optimized it for... Yeah, I mean, it's a Metroidvania. It's an early Metroidvania. It's a clunky Metroidvania. So honestly, as long as you're playing it with the guide, it's probably fine. It's just without that guide. Boy howdy is Castlevania 2 certainly one of the games of all time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Oh. Ooh, really? I think I gotta wait like a second longer to start tossing holy water at him. Ooh. Oh, I was gonna say, that might hit. That might, yeah. As I said, I have a lot more problems with this. There is a glitch you can do where if you time the cross and the whip at the exact same time, it actually makes it so you can do crazy amounts of damage. I have difficulties with it. That is definitely something that I am working on being better about. Like, I think you can essentially one-shot him with that glitch. And the thing is, I don't want to break the leftmost candle, because that's where the holy water is, as you saw. If I break it, then I can't go ahead and get the holy water later. And I do kind of need that for the Stage 2 boss. Etrian Odyssey has the same problem. Fans swear it's a greatest thing ever, but you know, optimizing its direct... Yeah, there's a lot of games that are like that, honestly. I mean, there's a reason why Castlevania 2 has earned its reputation. I still do enjoy aspects of it. And for what it was trying to do at the time, is very interesting, impactful. I think it does what it does very well. But that doesn't happen to mean that it's always the most fun to play. And unfortunately, grinding is boring. So I could go ahead and like save state here, but I don't get any better just by doing that. That's the thing. As I said, I mostly have this game down. Dracula still just throws me for a loop. And there's a couple spots where I should learn skips, because it's like I know where two big skips are. Bigger skips, I should say. Maybe not that big, but big enough where it's like, yeah, I probably should learn them. And by probably, I mean I should learn them. I think combined, they save you about 2 minutes, at least? And then, if I was good at Dracula, that would save me probably... Like, there's segments where I need to practice more. Can't run forever because time... No, I know. Yeah, I was gonna say. I only go till about 300, because that's usually enough time, or as long as I hit 80 hearts. I also do want to have 3... sub-weapons. I guess I don't have... No, I don't want money in this instance. I got money, but not much. You know what? Fine. I've made a mistake, boys. Ooh, I dodged that. I am surprised. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, we've gone poorly! Good job! So honestly, I thought there was enough room over there that I could go ahead and not have to worry about the holy water. That was proven wrong, obviously. I did a good job. Honestly, if the cross did not happen to, most of the time, the cross going all the way, across... Ooh, actually. That's... Ooh. I'm an idiot. Alright, I just figured it out. So, for when Dracula is on the right side of the screen, I need to throw it to the left, because then I won't hit the holy water. Basically, the holy water just needs to be thrown to the left at all times, because then when it goes back, it'll go back to the right. I can't believe I just now put that together. That is... I'm upset with myself. I'm angry. And you'd think I would have figured that out by now, because it's like... I ran this game a lot, but I did not put 2 plus 2 together until right now. 2 plus 2 is 4. Get over here. Get over here. But on the bright side, at least I did finally figure it out. Channel the anger. Oh, I can't do the anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to anger. That leads to the dark side. Thanks, Yoda. And as clunky as Castlevania 1 is, join the dark side. Hey, Erky, how are you doing? How's your Sunday been? How was Mass? Go to that coffin? I will in a second, Sean. I have realized my mistake. How are you doing, Erky? I was gonna say, after we do beat Dracula, we'll be returning to Wholesome Monster Girl Academia, which I know Sean is looking absolutely forward to. Erky, on the other hand, might be looking forward to it, or might be interested in that. Not looking forward to it. If it does well enough, he'll do a Wholesome Monster Boy Academia, which I know would probably be more interesting to, you know, females, and understandably so. Idiot Dracula needs to die. I'm working on it. Tear down that internet. I'm working on it. It was good. Long, good day. That's good. I was gonna say, you did your nails, I think. Is that what I read? And then, a manicure? I've read it, and now that I'm having to remember, I cannot remember. One more. Let's do one more, then we should be good. Nails, girl. Look at these nails. They look so fat. Your nails did look good, Erky. For clarification, I'm not mocking you. I did want to clarify that. I'm a very silly individual. To be fair, I'm sure you're aware of that, but... I have made a mistake again! Okay, that's right. You stop spawning to me, that'd be nice. No, I said stop, not spawning me more. Threw that one the wrong way. Very cool, Dracula. Very cool, Dracula. Honestly, that's the other part for me. A lot of Dracula does determine on whether... is he going to go ahead and spawn inside you? Well, die now. It's like, okay. Very cool. And I'm sure part of that is my fault about me not understanding this fight as well as I should be. But that is definitely something that I do not enjoy. But that's fine. We'll go ahead and run it again. And this time, I will get the boomerang down better. Because obviously I was too far to the left when I threw it. So I got the holy water early. Which, you know, does happen. The doobie what a doobie. Doobie doobie dooba. Doobie doobie dooba. Yeah. Outside of the first episode of Season 5 of, Phineas and Ferb, has anybody seen the new season? I have not watched it because I do not like giving Disney money. Admittedly, we have Disney Plus for free because of Verizon, but the statement still stands. Yeah, even if we game over here, we will respawn right back here. So, while this is tedious, I'm not good at the Dracula fight, at least we don't have to go through the first part of this again. So we got that going for us. And then I think we have Abandon here in an hour, and if I can't beat Dracula in that time, I'm going to cry. I will cry. Like this if you cry every time. I know I certainly will like this if I cry every time. Hello, Vinny. Are you coming down for more love? Like, listen, cat. Do I love giving this cat love? Yes. Is it not an ideal time because I'm streaming? All right, come here. Come here. Gotta come here. Come here. He's a good boy, though. Here, look at the camera. Look at the camera. Yeah, yeah. That's a good boy. Who's a good boy? Yeah, I don't need your claws in me, though, mister. Excuse me, mister. You've got your claws. What up? What up? All right, now go upstairs to your female pet owner. Come on. Come on. I'm playing video games. You are not a small child. You do not need nearly this much attention. He is wanting more attention. Alright, fine. Come here. Just in my lap? Is that what you want? Alright, but I'm not going to be petting you. I'm not going to be petting you. After I stop petting you, that is. I'm currently petting him. As I say, the Casper emote does work particularly well for Vinny, honestly. He's white and orange, but, you know, it's close enough. Maybe he just got in the soot today. Did you get in the soot? Did you get in the soot? Do we have soot in the house? Technically we do. But we haven't used that fireplace since we moved in, I don't think. No, I don't think. No, I don't think. Don't take no, I don't think out of context and clip it, please. I know somebody's going to now. And then somebody's just going to label it KAMax doesn't think. It's like, good. Great. Works for every cat? That's true, too. That is true, too. But I just meant since Vinny is also white. Idiot Dracula head needs to die after Idiot Dracula's body dies. That's true. That's true. Oh, here you go. I can't help you get down if you bite. Cat. I cannot help you get down if you bite me. Why? Why? Why, though? Why? Why? Goodness. And now he's coming back for more love, because of course he is. Alright, going upstairs to female pet owner. I do love our cats, but I am not their parent. So I'm not calling... Neither of us are their parents, because we are human. Guys, did you know Vinny thinks he's Dracula? Probably, yeah. Die, Belmont. I want that blood. Blah. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, I forgot one part of that trick. No! 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 Okay. Stop it. Get some help. Okay, game. Okay, game. Okay. I have problems with this boss. Father, I crave blood. Yeah. That describes Vinny. Oh, excuse me. In the heat of the moment, I also forget the Rangoon Father. Excuse me. The Puffs. In the heat of the moment, I absolutely also happen to forget, throw left, not right. It's very easy to forget that. Brother, may I have some loops? Yes, brother. As I've said, this boss is the one that I absolutely have issues with. It's one I need to practice more. Unsurprisingly, as we saw, the bosses that also are in the air with no easy way to cheese them, I struggle with. Even the first boss I struggle with a little, like, not too bad. But it's like, I was trying to do better with the Bat boss, because it's like, you can go ahead. It fit many loop, brother. Yes. We love loops. Like, I definitely need to be better about the airborne enemies, and that's my fault. What's a reasonable temp range for my CPU? What's it at the moment, Sean? That's the better question. The surface is fun. 140? 140 is fine. Like, as I said, I can Google this one for you. I guess what's your... Are you playing a game on it at the moment, Sean? Maybe it's a little higher than I was thinking, actually. Well, you are watching a stream. I don't know how resource-intensive that is. But basically, if you're not doing anything on it, it should be 86 to 122. So you're a little over, not crazy. Under low load, such as during multitasking, and you are watching a stream at the moment. I don't know if you're gaming as well. Engineered gaming. Then it can go ahead and hit anywhere from 122 to 167. So, and then heavy load, it looks like it's about 140 to 185. So it's like... Depending on what you're doing what are you doing at the moment, I guess, Sean? Are you playing a game while you're watching? If you are, that's perfectly fine. But that would be like heavier load. I can tell you what my temperature is at the moment. Hold on. Now you made me curious. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna check mine right now. Task manager, performance. Guys, I forgot how to check my CPU temperature. I thought it was just under task manager. It's been a while. Sorry, my throat's dying. That probably is a good idea, Sean, because, yeah, I was going to say, that might not be a bad idea. I'm just looking for, Give me 1 second. I'm going to look. It's been a while since I looked up. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to do that at the moment. I don't have any of the... Oh my gosh, cat, go upstairs! Go upstairs! I love you, but go upstairs! Alright, I mean, that was a reasonable paw. I can't blame you. That is a good question, Sean. I was about to say, admittedly, you live in an area that is warmer. I'm not going to say which one, but Father does too. So if he's not having it, I'm sorry, guys. The cat keeps bothering me. I love him though. No, go upstairs. I love you. See, that's weird. Because it'll show me what my GPU temperature is on Task Manager. CPU, though? Nah. Not going to show you that. I was going to say, GPU should run a little higher. Especially since I'm using it for, you know, streaming. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, not quite, okay. Missed both times. Oh. Okay. How'd that hit? As I knew that was going to happen, so screw it. I just... That was my fault. I don't like it, but it was. Mostly. That one... I hate Dracula. You know what? I'm gonna just practice this off stream. We're going back to Wholesome Monster Girl Academia. I can do it, but it's just like, we have been here for far too long. And just watching somebody... I think people would rather... I could be wrong. I think... I could be wrong. I think people would rather... watch something as opposed to, hey, let's go grinding. As I said, that is one that I definitely need practice with, and that's entirely on me. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on. This is Damien, he's in your grade and a student council member to boot. And now I can pet the cat while I play. He's been sitting under my little desk, just like very upset he does not get the pets. Please give me the pets. And he does not want the pets anymore. Okay, cool. Very cool cat. What a cat. See, usually keeping under 100 is a goal for good code. Yeah, cooling. What program do you use, out of curiosity, Father, to track your CPU temperature? Damien, would you mind terribly showing Gabe around campus? He's new here and needs someone to show him around. Don't mind. He raises his hand in a short, motionless wave. Yo, I'm Damien, Daywalker, if you couldn't tell. Daywalkers are a race of half vampires, according to the church. Unlike vampires, Daywalkers show that they are just like any other human or monster person with complete freedom of will to act in the capacity of good or evil. Although they are often stereotyped as being loners and outcasts, some of them are quite social. They still have an aversion to the sun, however. H-Wind... Well, okay. Interesting. HW info. I'm gonna Google that for later. Hardware info. Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm not going to download it right now, because that's going to be a distraction if I do. And also, because that takes away from the stream. That's a good question. Please tell me you're giving us Fahrenheit and not Celsius, Sean. Because, goodness, that hot, if otherwise. I do likewise, awkwardly copying his short wave while responding. I'm Gabe, human. Wanted to make a joke about me also walking around during the day, but I still don't know how people react to unsolicited jokes about their monster race. Well, it's nice to meet you, Gabe, but if you don't mind. Not at all. Sorry for keeping you. I'm sure that you're still pretty busy on Sundays, even after Mass. Indeed I am. The work of a priest is never done. Best of luck finding your bearings, Gabe. Make sure to come by the chapel sometime in the evenings if you're ever in any need of spiritual guidance or need a confession heard. Confession is a sacrament in the Catholic Church, as well as some other Christian denominations, which a person confesses their sins to a priest who acts on the person of Christ to absolve or forgive sins. Catholics believe this authority comes from Jesus in Matthew 16:19, John 20, verse 21 through 23, where Jesus commissioned his apostles to forgive one another's sins. After confession, the person confessing also does some kind of penance, or act of repentance to show sorrow over having sinned. Of course, I'm always available in case of emergencies. Anyways, welcome to St. Thomas. See, that was an animation father. He flipped. Visual novels don't have much animation, though, which I'm fine with. It's more about the story and the world building, which I do really enjoy the story and world building for this one. I'm now left in the Daywalker's care. Little Damien sure doesn't look like he has the energy to do anything but sleep, much less lead me around anywhere. So you're a junior too, huh? What made you come to St. Thomas High? Long story. The short version is that I got in a fight defending someone else, and my parents and I had a different perspective on the topic of justice than the school did. Oh yeah? Sounds complicated. So what have you seen around school so far? Just the front gate in here. Great, let's head toward the most popular lunch hangout. Then we can head inside so you can see where our classes are held. I have some business around here and elsewhere, so I'll get it done while showing you around. Thanks, and sorry for the inconvenience. Don't sweat it, it's my job to make sure all students are taken care of as a school council member. Looks like I ran into a big wig around here. Though he doesn't look like the type, he must do a lot of good for the school to have the chaplain rely on him like this. Do a flip! Woo! Well, Damien at the helm. I follow him to our next destination. We arrive in an open field with oak trees and picnic tables, arranged near one another. The area is filled with students, the most prominent of which are a group of cheerleaders, chanting synchronized cheers. I try to keep a steady pace with Damien, but I struggle to keep up as he makes a surprisingly quick beeline to the cheerleaders. By the time I catch up, the routine is finished, and Damien starts talking to what looks like the head cheerleader. Unlike in my old school, I noticed a lot of diversity among the group. Half of them are ordinary humans, but the other half are monster girls. A blue-feathered bird-type monster girl sneaks away from the group while I'm idling by myself waiting for Damien. She must be a harpy. I think we already have that information. We've already gone over that. Okay. I haven't heard much about them except what was told in ancient legends. Mostly that they used to pick up random travelers and kidnap them with their sharp, imposing talons. This harpy's short, brightly colored hair and her light blue feathers lower the intimidation factor by at least half. And if she wasn't already coming closer, I'd say she looks very approachable. Those old tales can't be true, can they? Hey there, haven't seen you around here before. I'm Sarah. Sarah is a harpy and cheerleader who always appears to have an upbeat attitude, bringing cheer to those around her. She sure seems to talk a lot, though. Yeah, but that's why we like her. Oh hey, I'm Gabe, as in Gabriel. I reach my hand out to greet her before realizing that it might be awkward to grasp a harpy's talons. My hand reaches mine before I can stop myself, and despite how it looks, the inside of her palm is surprisingly soft, and her grip gentle. Nice to meet you. So am I right? Are you new here? Yeah, I'm a junior. I came from a little town 3 hours away. A junior, huh? Me too. What brings you all the way out here? I figure I'll have to repeat this a few times, so I quickly invent a way to summarize it for anyone that wants to know. Long story short, I got in a fight defending someone at school. They had a no-tolerance policy in place. Ooh, scary. A ruffian or a knight in shining armor? You'll have to spill the details later. Yeah, well, this is the popular hangout during lunch hours, right? Huh? Oh yeah, it's where I usually come up with all the latest gossip. Talk with all of my friends. I think we have, ads, right? I'm just gonna confirm. And I will go ahead and download this while we wait. Because may as well do that while we wait. I'm going to... Okay, cool. Okay, so you guys might be back by now. You got another minute. Oh, you guys are back? Oh, I was looking at my CPU temperature while I waited. I'm still going to do that since I've downloaded it already, so I need to check real quickly. Guys, I'm blind. Where's the temp? I'm very blind. I cannot find it. Very, very blind. Welcome back. I am currently trying to find my CPU temperature. So now that talk with Sean has made me curious. I downloaded the program that Father said he uses, and I'm blind as a bat. That's what I have determined. I cannot find the temperature. I am a blind boy. Also, hey Neko, how are you? Sorry. Seriously, where's the temperature? Am I just blind? Might be. I may in fact be blind. Hey Brent, how are you doing? How was the gym? I got distracted because Father and Sean were talking about temperatures for their computers, and it made me curious what mine is at. It's saying it's 56.7 average, which I don't know what that means in freedom units. So give me 1 second. 56.7 C to F. Oh man, mine runs hot as well, but I probably should get a better cooling on it. So interesting. Very interesting. And it's saying current is 55. But admittedly, mine makes sense why it would be that, because I'm streaming. So, I actually have a reason for it. Now that I think about it, it's like, oh yeah, I have a reason for it. Guys, did you know I'm streaming at the moment? And I should stop checking my temperature on my computer and actually play the dang game? Wow! Wow! Almost like I should be doing that. We're gonna go ahead and get back to doing that. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be sad that the raid train is almost over. Right? I was gonna say, it is a lot of fun. I'm sad that I missed a lot of it Play game, date monster girls. Exactly. Of course, there's an inside cafeteria as well, which is nice for when it's raining. The food's okay too, I guess. If you want to find someone during lunch or after school, this is the most likely place that you'll find them. Just then, Damien cuts in. Hey Gabe, I'm done with this area. Let's go to the next place. Alright, nice to meet you, Sarah. Guess I'll see you tomorrow? Yep, nice to meet you too. Sarah skips back to her squad members, bouncing on her feet with every step. But yeah, I was gonna say, I do really like the raid trains. I'm sad that I work on Fridays and Saturdays because it does make it harder to watch them. But I am glad to have been able to watch the ones that I have been able to today. Next up, our classroom. There are just a few things I need to get from there before we continue on. Lead the way. We enter the building together and walk down a long hallway. Poster boards and lockers line the walls, interrupted by doors and even intervals that lead to various classrooms. Damien stops in front of one of the rooms and reaches for the doorknob. This is our homeroom. We have about 20 students this year, including you, and about half are monster people. That's a lot more monster people than we had at my public school, but less students overall. Yeah, makes sense. That's a pretty typical difference between public and private schools. Besides the fact me speak a good English. Besides the fact that not a lot of us feel like we fit in at the public schools, private schools often have a better student-teacher ratio. I'm still feeling pretty nervous about this new school, so I decided to probe him about it some more. What else do you think might be different about the school that I might have to get used to? He pauses for a moment and thinks to himself. I don't know for sure, but it feels like he's really taking my questions seriously here. It's almost like he can detect how nervous I am. Probably not all that different here, to be quite honest, except that human-monster-people interactions feel quite natural. Most people are friendly enough with each other, but as far as negative incidents go, honestly, it still happens on occasion, but it feels pretty rare to me. Personally, no one ever bothers me about it, but I'm pretty easygoing as it is. There will always be some isolated incidents, of course. Everything performed pretty well then? Nice. Private schools can sometimes lead to elitism among wealthier students if the school doesn't stomp it out. Makes me wonder if Sophia, and really all monster people, would fare better at a school like this. I guess I'll find out this year, one way or another. You don't seem too bothered to be around monster people for someone who came from a public school. What do you think gave you a different perspective? Honestly, I hadn't put much direct thought into it before. I always felt natural to accept others for who they are, and not just by their appearance alone. I'll watch it closely next time I stream. Would have been cool to join the raid. Yeah, I was gonna say, we can have you next time, Sean. I know that, as you said, it just kind of came up out with not as much planning. I think they are trying to work on more planning next time. Because I know Giggs volunteered last minute because David is the one that typically runs it, and he ran into IRL issues, is my understanding. So that's way too close to the weekend. Yeah, as I said, there was some issues that arose. So I think next time you should be more than easy to join. I always felt natural to accept others for who they are and not just by their appearance alone, usually. I'll say if we get enough advance, maybe one of us could visit the other one, Sean. That way we could go ahead and make it an event. I don't know for sure, but I was raised Catholic, so maybe that. There's always a fair mix of people in the pews at Mass, at least, even if there are more humans than monster people. Fair enough. So you're a cradle Catholic then? Huh? Born and raised. Oh, yeah, I guess I am then. I mean, I'm not super religious or anything. I've just never really felt like I've had a deep connection with God like others seem to. Not like I don't believe. It just feels like I'm missing something. I don't have to tell them all that, though. We only just met, after all. My internet just crapped out all of a sudden. I'm sorry to hear that. I assume it's working better now, Neko? What we should do is get a game and have each raider continue... Ooh. What might be an interesting idea, actually, Sean, is something in that thought. Just had to restart it? That's not so bad, then. What if... Well, that wouldn't work. I was just thinking about one game that we could all continue, and I don't know how easy that would work. I was thinking about Archipelago after that. And we could do that, but that, I mean, depending, that might be a lot of nothing for somebody. So it's like, I think that's a good idea. But at the same time, Sean, if we're all at the same spot, like, let's say it's an RPG and we all start over and over and over again. Yeah, would it be using the same file? That would lead to a lot of interesting things. Maybe one shared Steam account? Okay. Make one shared Steam account. That's not a bad idea. I was gonna say, go ahead and buy, like, one specific game for everybody to do. That's not a bad idea. Sean, you're in the Discord now, I assume, right? For that? Let me see. If you're not, I'm going to invite you, and you should toss that idea. I mean, it would help you to know when we're planning something, Sean. So that's one useful thing that would be good about that. I understand what you're saying, but then you have a forewarning of what's happening. I think there would be some. I don't plan it, and that's part of the problem, isn't it? So I guess that means you've been through all of your sacraments, right? Literally, yeah, I was gonna say, I do get it, honestly. A sacrament is what Christians believe to be a visible form of grace from God, instituted by Jesus. In Catholic theology, there are 7 sacraments: baptism, confession, Eucharist or communion, confirmation, marriage, holy orders, and anointing of the sick. Hey Max, is this still the demo or the full game? Still the demo at the moment, Neko. He is currently still working on it. I don't know if he has an ETA with when it's supposed to be released. Let me go check the Patreon real quickly. I'm looking. Yeah, I was gonna say, it doesn't look like we have an update on that currently, but he does post a lot of stuff to his Patreon. Actually, that's a good point. Is that? Interesting. We'll see. I'm getting distracted now by the Patreon. If you guys are interested, the Patreon is available, so. Love that he's not pulling his punches with integrating Catholicism in the game. I agree, Neko. I really like the game, honestly. I think that this is going to be one of those games that, while it is Catholic, it's not bashing you over the head with it. Unlike God's Not Dead. I do like that song, though. I'm not going to deny. I do really like God's Not Dead, the song. But that movie is absolutely, like, bashing you over the head with it. Like, convert, 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 convert. It's like, yes, conversion good. That is absolutely true. But if we don't go ahead and actually lay the seeds, much like, hey, guys, you know the parable of the seeds? Where you don't go ahead and let the flower or the seeds grow, and then they just go ahead and wither and die? That's kind of what happens there. Which is yeah, exactly, Neko. That's a really good way to evangelize. Absolutely. And a lot of people don't get that. They just look at it as a win, as opposed to actually caring about their soul. And that is something that is very not good to do, and it's dangerous to think of it that way, because at the end of the day, we do want everybody... I'm going too fast again. We do want everybody to get to heaven, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, baptism, confession, communion, and confirmation. The most recent being confirmation, of course. Confirmation is a Christian sacrament of initiation, wherein the confirmand, the one receiving the sacrament, receives the gift of the Holy Spirit. By many Christians, it is seen as a rite of spiritual adulthood, although not all denominations confer this sacrament exclusively to teens or adults. The sacrament's origin is often linked to the Bible in Acts 2, verse 1 through 4, where the disciples received the Holy Spirit during Pentecost. Of course, all that's left now is holy orders of marriage and anointing of the sick, but hopefully that's a long way off. Ah, yeah, right. To be fair, hold on. I do want... No, I want to go back. I want to go back. History. To be fair, anointing of the sick doesn't have to be a long way off. If you're going even in for a surgery, and there's a possibility you might die, you can still get anointed to the sick. I understand what he means, though. He means specifically where you're at your end of your life. But I do want to point that out, because that is something not everybody does happen to know, honestly. So, no, stop. 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 But you, Damon, is going to seminary at the end of the game. It's possible. It does seem like it, but only time will tell. You need to meet the person where they are, and sometimes they're not ready to be or explore truth. True. So we love them with the dignity that God gave them, and even if they don't see it in themselves, and we stay their friends and keep having conversations with them. That way, when they are ready, you're available. Meanwhile, I barely remember anything from the faith formation classes we had every Wednesday for the few years leading up to confirmation. I could see Damien definitely becoming a seminarian at the end. That'd be interesting. But who knows? As I say, I am very excited for where Yamek decides to direct the game. I've loved everything about the game so far. Once I got over my initial hesitation, because I will be honest, when I initially heard of it, I thought it was just a joke. I was so glad to find out otherwise. I feel like if they had taught us these things, like why we should even bother going to church on Sundays, would have absorbed it better. After all, if there's no reason to physically go to church, can't we just be spiritually close to God through prayer? He's all around us, after all. Anyways, I guess we should get going now. Davian moves to reach his hand towards the doorknob, but briefly stops and looks back. Gambling? As I say, I don't know. I want to put bets down? I will. All right. I mean, I'll talk with this guy, one Catholic game designer to another. So he does have a Discord, Neko. Give me 1 second. Let me. I think he would be more than fine. I'll send you a direct PM, just because I don't think he'd want just somebody blasting from nowhere. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna whisper Neko. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. Through Twitch, for clarification. I don't think he would mind at all. I did do an interview with him as well, Neko. That one I am willing to go ahead and put just into the Twitch chat. Give me 1 second. There it is. Okay. Grabbing that now. Give me 1 second. You're going to hear me for a brief second, which is perfectly fine. I was like, that one I don't mind sharing because it's like, instead of, yeah. Hey, if you ever have any questions about monster people, don't be afraid to ask. Most of us aren't bothered. Sometimes it's amusing what questions people come up with. Even the little time I spent with Sophia, I didn't have much of a chance like this, so I'll take advantage of his offer sooner or later. Of course, no problem, Neko. Ah, alright, I'll keep that in mind. Turns back around and disappears through the doorway. I follow once again. I continue to follow Damien closely behind. He points out a few other relevant classrooms here and there as we walk along. On the way to the library, we ran into two girls who were arguing over something. Come on, Eva, let me see what book you checked out. I'll bet it's another steamy romance novel. A relatively short slime girl is teasing a blushing succubus who appears flustered. I can tell at first glance by the smug grin of the slime girl that she's a troublemaker. Most of her body seems to be composed of a semi-translucent slimy material, all of which seems to hold up surprisingly well. Looking more closely, I noticed her extremely sleep-deprived eyes and two cute little antennae poking out of the front of her hair? Reminds me of the rumors I've heard about slime people, supposedly being aliens. I can totally see why people would think so, seeing one up close like this. But I've never really bothered to dig into the details. I struggle speaking. To her side, the succubus, who despite her already bright red skin, appears to be blushing heavily at the slime girl's teasing. She has two little horns protruding from her dark black hair and a slender tail coming out from behind her that ends in a pointed spade. Her solid black eyes are illuminated by her bright yellow pupils. While she's also shorter than me, she still has a few inches on the slime girl. Get it out, Clover. It's none of your business what I got, okay? Clover is a slime girl who is very laid back, even lazy sometimes. Her main hobbies include anime, gaming, and picking on Eva. Oh, she like me for real, for real. Except for the picking on Eva part. I promise I won't tell anyone. Except maybe Damien over there. Hey Clover, picking on Eva again? Don't be too hard on her, you know she's sensitive. Eva is a succubus who is never seen without a book. When Gabe first meets her, she appears to be very shy around him. Gabe wonders if she just takes time to get used to being around new people. Yeah, I'm not. Clover snickers devilishly. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. Anyways, this is Gabe. He'll be in our class starting tomorrow. Nice to meet you both. Clover eyes me up and down with a smug grin on her face. Eva looks at me with some hesitation, but quickly looks away when she notices my eyes looking back. Likewise. Eva looks back at me with slight suspicion and replies, Nice to meet you too. Anyway, we'd better get going so Eva here can start in her new romance novel. Eva smacks Clover's head with her book, which gives a distinctive splat, and rushes off blushing. Hold on, Eva, wait up. Those two normally get along, but Clover likes getting reactions out of poor Eva. Okay, I understand. As long as they're just friends teasing the spirit of good fun, yeah? If they weren't both different monster types, I'd assume they were I'd assume they were sisters. Heh, yeah, it does seem that way sometimes. Anyway, this is where the library is. When you have more time, you should go inside and check it out. It's a wide range of literature to choose from, and a pretty decent computer lab. Let's check out the gym next. Coming out of the back end of the school, the doors open up to a large field of what looks like a gymnasium. Outside, multiple students are hanging out, throwing balls, and performing various other physical activities. I guess Sundays are still pretty busy for some of the sports clubs. Not always, though some of us like to get ahead of the competition. Especially her. We weave our way through the various sports groups, my eyes focus on one almost entirely in sync. In the front of the group, a tall dragonkin leads their movements with impressive gusto. Ha! Yeah! Ha! It's quickly apparent why she's the leader. Besides her extremely tan and fit appearance, she towers over most of the rest of the group. Two piercing horns protrude from the side of her head, giving her a rather imposing appearance. Despite this, her sharp gaze implies her sharp wits. Her hair is drenched in sweat, which pours over the shiny red scales on the sides of her face. Alright guys, let's take a break. Just as she calls for a break, Damien walks over to greet her. What's up, Ren? Working the team hard on a weekend, I see. Now I do wonder, and this would be something that I would want to ask KAMaximilianK, do you guys think that for sports teams, they would have a human one and a dragon or a monster, specific monster ones? Not because I'd want to include segregation, but like, they might have to have specific rules otherwise, because like, honestly, if you're playing basketball and a harpy just runs or flies away with the ball, there ain't much the humans can do. That's the only reason why I think about for that one. The same with like football and the dragons. I think, if I remember correctly, they say the dragons do have more physical endurance. Like, they're more physically fit. And then, I think their scales can hurt, if I remember correctly. So I'm just curious if that would be a thing. I don't know. I don't know if KAMaximilianK's going to address that or not, but it's something I am intrigued by. Ren is a proud dragonkin who's focused on self-improvement of body and mind, especially through martial arts. There doesn't seem to be a sport that she's not good at. What's up, Ren? Working the team hard on a weekend, I see. You can't let a day off be an excuse to get lazy. Let no day go to waste. Ren glances over in my direction, aware of my approach. This is Gabe. He's new here. He transferred from a public school this year because he got in a fight at his old one. Ren turns to fully face me and looks me up and down as if she sized me up before a brawl. Well then, maybe you should join the martial arts club if you think you can handle yourself in a fight. Thought it was odd that Damien would bring up the fighting part of my intro, but it makes sense now. A not so subtle way to advertise the martial arts club, I guess. I'll have to think on it. The fight was a spur-of-the-moment thing. I don't really care for violence. No excuses. The martial arts aren't about starting fights, just finishing them when necessary. Ironically, right after saying that, she playfully punches me hard in the left shoulder, giving me a distinct smack. Pretty sure they say Ren could go toe-to-toe with professional-level human males. And that's what I was thinking, because it's like, that could be something that'd be interesting. And I was going to say, Ren isn't even, obviously, she's a junior, I believe? So she's not, like, even at the full height of her expertise yet, I would say. Whereas a male dragon can, I would assume, can go even beyond, like a Super Saiyan. She smirks at me as she does this. Just think about it. I'm usually practicing here or in the gym after school. If it'll help me dodge your punches, I might have to. I say this while massaging my likely bruised shoulder. You're funny. I'll see you in gym class then. She turns to face her fellow martial artists and starts rallying them back into training. She's one of the school's best athletes, not just in martial arts, but also basketball, volleyball, track, lifting. Actually, I don't think there's a sport she isn't good at. Speaking of, if you don't join the martial arts team, consider joining the basketball team. The season doesn't start until the beginning of November. Plus, there's the bonus that the Harpy girl you were talking to earlier, Sarah, will be cheering you on during the matches. Imagining myself being cheered for by Sarah, I almost blushed, but quickly composed myself. I'll have to think on that too. I've never formally joined any sports team before, but I can't say I'm bad at them casually either. But look at it in gym class regardless. There's a good chance that Ren will challenge you and Sarah will be watching. I'll keep that in mind. With the prospect of being staked out during gym by 2 monster girls in my mind, we continue our journey. We arrive at the outside of a very tall and imposing church. It soars high above any other building around, and it doesn't seem to be afraid of letting its presence be known. Still, it's only the size and sharp spires that make it imposing. The house of God is meant to be a place of awe, worthy of representing its spiritual head. Almost no Catholic church building worth its merit can be mistaken for what it represents. And finally, we had the chapel. Mass is held every Wednesday before school, replacing first period every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Thanks, I'll commit it to memory so I don't miss it. Speaking of time, almost late for an evening appointment. I'll catch up with you later. Alright, thanks again for the tour. I'll have to make it up to you sometime. Don't sweat it. Later. He wanders off in another direction, throwing another one of his signature waves over his back, leaving me in front of the chapel's doors. The noise of the crowds of students has died down compared to earlier. I suppose it is dinner time after all. Pardon me. Since I'm already here, I approach the chapel doors, intending to just take a peek inside. The door shut behind me with a soft thud. I allow my senses to take in my surroundings. The church appears to be mostly empty and quiet. A few steps in, I hear a faint humming coming from one of the back pews. I reverently walk down the center aisle about a third of the way in until I locate the source of the sound. A girl with a long black ponytail and big red ribbon is leaning sideways in the middle of a pew. She reminds me of the members of a punk band I once saw on TV. The red and black striped stockings and little skull in her chest really complete the look. She quickly types on her cell phone while gently humming an unfamiliar tune. Pardon me. Sounds good, Sean. Thank you for being here. You have a good night as well. God bless. Give your kids a hug for me, okay, Sean? And give your wife a handshake. I think if anything more than that'd be awkward. Maybe I made it awkward now. Guys, did I make it awkward? She doesn't seem to notice me, so I sit down in the same pew on the far side away from her to take in the reverent atmosphere. The inside of the church... I don't... Fair. Alright, then go ahead and give her a handshake for me, Sean. The inside of the church is adorned in all manner of golden colors, stained glass, and statues of saints. Up towards the front, the altar is immaculate, except for a long cloth covering its top. Behind the altar, on the wall, rests a golden box common to all Catholic churches. I believe it's called the tabernacle. An ornamental box in the Catholic Church that hosts the Eucharist between Masses, to both protect the Eucharist from profanation and to allow people to adore Jesus physically present within a church. Its name means dwelling place in Hebrew, which is appropriate as it is the dwelling place of Jesus in the church. Hold on. I'm going to look up one thing. I think there's... I don't want to skip. I'm just looking... I see. Okay. I'm trying to find the tabernacle. That's where they put the bread after communion for storage as far as I recall. Communion is a sacrament of the Catholic Church as well as many other Christian denominations. Communion is the pre-presentation of the Last Supper of Jesus before his crucifixion and resurrection. Catholics and some other Christian denominations believe that Jesus is physically and spiritually present in the Eucharist during communion. Thus, you should be properly disposed when partaking of it. This is why non-Catholics are barred from receiving communion in a Catholic setting due to the warning of St. Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 23 through 34. Relevant Bible verses, as well as most of John 6 in general. Matthew, Luke, and Acts. Just then, I hear the front doors of the church swing wide open. Father John steps through, heading down the aisle towards the altar. This alerts the girl sitting on the other side of the pew at my presence. She stops typing her phone, takes a quick glance at me, then gets up to leave. I make a motion to stand up and get over her way, but end up stumbling into her. Before I can move again, I notice that she has two fangs protruding from her mouth. She must be a daywalker like Damien. I wonder if they know each other, considering how rare they are. Excuse me. Sorry, let me get out of your way. I didn't mean to interrupt. Fine, don't worry about it. Let's finish here anyways. She hurries past me and leaves out the front doors, passing Father John along the way. Father John continues his pace, passing her with a gentle smile, till he stops in front of me. Ah, Gabe, you came. It shows a lot about your character to come to confession on the first day before your new school. Heh, sorry to disappoint, but my motives aren't as pure as that. From the church just happened to be the last stop of Damien's tour before he had to run off. By the way, who was that vampire-looking girl that just walked out of the church? Well, that's Arya. She comes in here every once in a while during off hours. Can't click it, though. Probably for later. I feel that she hasn't accepted the prompt... Pardon me. I feel that she hasn't accepted the promptings of the Holy Spirit to accept the Lord into her life, but at least she seems content in the chapel's serene atmosphere. That can be the start for a lot of people. It really can be, honestly. Far be it from me to prevent her from spending time in the presence of the Blessed Sacrament. What she does in here is of little concern to me unless she wishes to make it known. A non-religious vampire in a church, huh? I've heard many strange things, but you can't get more out of place than that. I wonder if she just has a complicated background. I won't judge her for it. Live and let live, I suppose. Yeah, I was gonna say don't judge her for it, but do go ahead and help her. And that's what does happen to be important, as we were talking about earlier. By the way, you may not know much about them, but daywalkers don't usually like being referred to as vampires. They are different natures, after all. Sorry. I have a feeling I'm going to be learning a lot of new things about monster people. Fortunately, Damien did extend an invitation for me to open questions, so I'll catch up with him on that kind of stuff later. It's good to know about the people you'll be around every day, even more so for a Christian. Divine purpose is to witness to all peoples. Anyways, if you have anything in your mind that's bothering you, I can offer you absolution or advice. We had that already. I just wasn't sure if that was a different... I do really like them having all the codex here. Whatever you're comfortable with, though the former will be more spiritually effective. Well, it's good to start fresh in new school after all. Don't really have a reason to refuse. It'd be nice to have a clean slate going into this new school, and a bit of God's grace never hurt either. Grace is the supernatural spiritual power that God grants to believers to sanctify them or make them holy. Grace comes in two forms: sanctifying grace, often also called justification, which saves you from damnation, and actual grace, which is like a spiritual push that allows you to grow and remain in holiness. It's been quite a while since I've been, after all. I've mostly just gone through the motions of going to church. Maybe this could be the start of getting back on track to being more faithful. It'd also be useful to clear my mind of any doubt surrounding the fight at my previous school. Yeah, I think I will take you up on that offer. But, it's been a while, so forgive me if I'm a little rusty. In that case, I'll guide you along the way. If you prefer to brush up and meditate in private, we have pamphlets on the side over there. He points to a shelf on the wall with many different informational pamphlets, ranging from confession to dealing with loss. I do like this change for Gabriel as well, because it does happen to make it, since he has fallen away, but previously he did happen to be a little more knowledgeable, whereas he still has some knowledge here. I think that this is better written, and Yamek has done a good job of at least giving some alleviation of that, because I definitely didn't know any of this. And obviously Gabriel's family could have been better. My, as I've said, my mom is a, buffet-style Catholic, so it's pick and choose. If she's watching, no offense, Mom. No offense, Mom, is what I'm trying to say. My dad is agnostic, so definitely would be a different upbringing for me than other people. Thanks, Father. I'll do just that. Splendid. If I head back into the confessional booth, I'll head back into the confessional booth then. Cafeteria Catholic. There we go. That's what I was trying to think of. Buffet. You come in whenever you are ready. Once again, that's not meant to be a derogatory thing against my mother. I love her very much. I love my dad very much, too. Father John smiles back warmly. Gabriel the only human at the school? He might be the only one we're aware of currently, which I would assume that once we get past the demo, Neko, that'll go ahead and change, because I think we get the first 3 days? Because it is supposed to be 50-50. Oh, okay. So, as of the moment, he's the only one that we're aware of, but it is supposed to be the first, it's supposed to be 50-50. So, there's definitely a possibility of more. I'm not thinking of any off the top of my head for sure. And that might be one thing that would be interesting to bring up to Yamak, honestly. Now that you point that out. Because obviously we do want to focus on the monsters as they are the primary part of the world building here. Hey, Cynic, how are you doing? But that might be something that would be interesting to bring up. We have seen 2 humans, Neko, but that was at the previous school. So, yeah, as I said, I don't think we have seen... Cynic, can you remember if we've seen any humans at St. Thomas Aquinas School and Wholesome Monster Girl Academia? So I'm blanking on any at the moment. How are you doing, by the way, Cynic? Did I ask that? How's Mass for you today? I can feel that he's a genuine person who really cares about his students. He turns on his heels and treads reverently towards the confessional. Grabbing one of the pamphlets, I unfold the tract and skim through the beginning. According to this, it's good to start with an examination of conscience. It says that sins can be categorized using the 7 deadly sins, which you can use as a guide to determine what you have done wrong. Greed, lust, wrath, gluttony, envy, sloth, and the father of all sins, pride. Pardon me. I don't disagree that my throat is just dry. And give me 1 second. I need to see if Abandon is live, because we are ready. He is. We will go ahead and raid into him here within the next couple minutes. Greed doesn't seem to be a sin that I struggle with. Granted, I've been blessed with a life where I haven't wanted for much. And also, because it's like, since we are having this discussion, if there is humans that we've seen at the school. I do have a little bit of water, actually. The ice melted. Which I do appreciate that reminder. That does help. Gluttony, envy, and pride haven't reared their ugly heads in my life much either. So it could be pride to think like that in the first place. I'll have to meditate on that further another time. I can't say I've never dealt with lust before, but I usually keep myself too busy to fall into that temptation very often. Plus, we keep our computers in a common family area, so I usually try to steer clear of any sites that might provoke unwanted parental attention. As far as sloth goes, I can definitely afford to be more diligent in my prayer life and increase acts of service to others. Have we... Oh, I don't know if we did have... The word prayer comes from the Latin word precari, which means to ask. Prayer is a means of communicating with God, or the saints in heaven, though many non-Catholic Christians do not use prayer for the latter purposes. For the latter purpose. I can't talk. The 5 ways to pray include blessing, petition or asking, intercession, asking on behalf of another, thanksgiving, and praise. If I'm wrong about my idea of justice concerning the fight, then wrath could be of concern as well. I mean, I don't think I was wrong to do what I did. I was helping someone else get out of a bad situation, after all. It can't hurt to get some clarification on things, so I'll ask anyways. I'm definitely still holding some resentment for the unjust punishments that my previous school doled out on me, however. I take all the thoughts and meditate over them in my pews. In the pews. Why can't I read today? For a few minutes, trying to think of anything else I may have forgotten. Finishing my meditations, I decide that I'm prepared for my first confession in quite a while. Alright, I think I'm ready to go. I stand up out of my seat and head towards the confessional booth. With my offhand holding onto the pamphlet, I take hold of the door and go inside where Father John is waiting. I close the door behind me. The door makes an audible click. I wonder if I should sit in front of Father John or not, since that appears to be optional. That appears to be optional according to what I just read. Do I sit in front of him or sit behind the screen? Well, he's gonna know it's us, but I am wanting to do different options than I have been doing. I like that he mentions that he will talk with Father about things he's unsure about. I feel a lot of people don't feel okay with asking and discussing with the priest, and I agree with that. There is a certain je ne sais quoi. I think that's the right. I'm going to double check that I... That, yeah, je ne sais quoi seems to work there. Ability or attribute that is difficult to describe or express. There's a certain je ne sais quoi to confession, honestly, about where people are not asking enough questions. Or where they're going far too much into detail. So it's kind of like that hard line that can be really easy to go one way or the other. Gabe isn't the first human student, nor are they rare. He doesn't really talk to any until after the demo. Okay. We play the current alpha with a $15 Patreon tier, and that's true. So I should go ahead and say, make note of that, because it's like, I do have access to the demo. I'm just waiting until the full game comes out. However, if other people are curious, you can go ahead and find out. But I do appreciate that knowledge, Cynic, because it's like, I'm waiting for the game to come out fully currently, although I have been really thinking about it. But I'm not allowed to stream that, and I would not want to break Yamik's trust. So I'm not going to. Period. Yamik's a good man. Even if he wasn't, I respect him. And I wouldn't want to betray him. I don't want to betray anybody, but, you know, I've talked with the man. I like the man. He's a good man. I like him. Honestly, if I didn't have so many Discords, I'd be in his Discord more often. It's just there's too many Discords and not enough time. Do I sit in front of him or sit behind the screen? We're going to sit behind the screen because I haven't done that before. I choose to sit behind the screen. There's a lot of Discords. After all, it doesn't matter if you can see me or not. Hear my confession, give me penance. I begin reading off the pamphlet, a formulaic introductory prayer that seems to simplify the beginning of the sacrament. What'd you forget, Cynic? I confess to Almighty God and to you, Father, that I have sinned. It's been quite a while since my last confession. First off, I could be more diligent against sloth by strengthening my prayer life and increasing my acts of service to my fellow man. Very good, son. I'm glad you've decided to come back again. It's required by the church to go at least once a year, but we can all use a little extra grace more often, can't we? Plus, we all fall short of the glory of God, so he is there to help us. As for your lack of good works, there are plenty of opportunities here on campus for acts of service for you if that is what you seek. I haven't played through the latest version. Fair. I bet there still is a human. Because it's like, that is one thing that obviously, while the Monster Girls are the focus, I would be surprised if there isn't at least a few, humans. Humans. Do you have anything you'd like to confess? I do, but unfortunately, that is where we're going to have to leave it off today, because as I say, it is absolutely time to raid into Abandon. And I want to make sure that he gets his proper amount of time. So we are going to go ahead. Where is that raid button? There it is. Raid channel. Following. As soon as it goes, we're going to... And Abandon is doing Hades 2. So that should be a good time. Because as I say, Hades is a very interesting game. Abandon is a good guy. He's the next stop on the raid train. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you guys for being along on my stop of the raid. I hope you enjoyed... learning more about this game made by a Catholic game developer. I hope you enjoyed my relearning of Castlevania 1 speedrun. It's obvious that I'm a little bit sloppy on that, but definitely need to learn. But definitely would like to get back into that, and part of that involves getting better at Dracula. So we are going to go ahead and raid into Abandon now. Thank you very much all for being here. God bless and Pax et Bonum. Go and send more. Thank you guys for being here. God bless. Oh, right, I have to actually press start raid, and then we will raid. I apologize. I always forget that. I guess raid call can be, have you found any monster girls in real life lately? Train? I don't know. Something to go with Wholesome Monster Girl Academia. You guys have fun. I don't really have a good one. I gotta get better about the raid train call. Anyways, or the raid call. All right. Bye, everybody. God bless. Thank you for being here.
KAMaximilianK.